Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. All right. Glad to see so many beautiful people here once again. This a wonderful Friday morning. It's Friday. They got us Friday. Oh my goodness gracious me. It's Friday, as everyone can see. We love Friday, yes we do. 'Cause it's the day that ain't Monday through. Hello, good morning, welcome, love you guys, love you so much. Let's see who's here today. First one, Texas Tim was first person to be here. Yeah, there's some kind of text or something before his name pops up, but I don't recognize it. What does this say? Ladies and gentlemen, I have to address this. This is important. Oh, wait a minute. What's that? There was somebody here before Texas Tim? I didn't notice. Because News Now Enemy always says that I always ignore them. It's an ongoing joke, right? Because when I'm trying to read the names, sometimes I don't see one. And it just might be a coincidence. It happens that for some reason I don't notice it quite often. So it's become like a running gag. But let me tell you something about News Now Enemy in this comment about coffee. Something that you guys don't know. News Now Enemy knows, I think knows exactly what I'm about to get into. Ladies and gentlemen, I say it every day and I'm going to continue saying it because it's freaking true. I have the best damn fans in the world. And I'm not just saying that because everyone says that. I'm saying that because I have physical evidence to prove it. That painting right there, that was painted by my fan, Judy Johansson. That's right. And this News Now Voodoo was handmade by my fan and producer, Salacious. This was made by hand by my fan, Leland Squirrels. Hacky sack, man. She made me a bunch of other stuff too, but I gave most of it away as part of my prize package. And then over here, look at, there's another voodoo doll. That's Salacious. I got a hat. I don't know if you can tell from here. That hat was a gift from Kick. That's right. That t-shirt was a gift. Frauditor troll. That shirt right there was a gift from Debo's Nation. Yay, that's great. So what? What does that have to do with News Now Enemy? I got mail yesterday. A News Now Enemy coffee cup. How awesome is that? Ladies and gentlemen, News Now Enemy sent me a News Now Enemy coffee cup. That's beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I love it. I don't even want to drink coffee on it because I don't want to mess it up. Between that and my rash cup, I'm ready to go, schmo. And we ain't fooling around, man. We got it going. Thank you so much for this. I appreciate it. Legit. Seriously, thank you. So from now on, I'll try harder not to acknowledge you. I mean, to, you know, I'm being silly. It's a fun show. I try to make it fun, but we're talking about auditors. So sometimes we'll get into that in a minute. But first, let's actually do the real greetings. News Now Enemy first. All right, Texas Tim, what's up? Good to see you, buddy. Nancy Marcho in the house. What's up? Terry Barnes. Grrr. Oh, that's the picture of me, Gurrin. Yeah. Rise and shine with Hezokuai. That's right. News Now Enemy. Let's see. We got Little Chihuahua Big World. What's up? Good to see you as always. Texas Tim. Lord KJW in the house. What's up? Terry Barnes. What's up? Nancy Marcho. Texas Tim. Who else is here? Who else is here? Of course, my wonderful, beautiful, fantastic producer, Salacious in the house. Always great to have her around. Always. She helps us. You have no idea, guys, how much she helps me out. Like, seriously, without her, I don't know if this channel would have grown as quickly as it has because she picks up a lot of the slack and it's completely voluntary. She just decided, for whatever reason, she just picked me to lay her blessings upon, and it's been fantastic. She does so much to help out behind the scenes. You guys have no idea. Another round of applause for Salacious, ladies and gentlemen. For real though. All right, let's see. Salacious, Terry Barnes, Highway Star, what's up? Good to see you. Or KJW, Highway Star. Zerzu Zyquin's in the house. What's up, Zerzu? Oh, good morning, delicious, Salacious. You got it. All right, Highway Star. Let's see, Salacious, Terry Barnes, Zerzu Zyquin, Highway Star. Who else is here? Ray W's in the house. What's up, Ray? Good to see you again. News Now Enemy, Little Chihuahua, Highway Star. Let's see. Terry Barnes. Mark Baggett's in the house. What's up, Mark? Good to see you. It's been a minute. How you doing? All right, welcome. News Now Enemy, Highway Star, Little Chihuahua, Ray W. Well, let's see. Oh, Greg Jonick in the house. What's up, Greg? Good to see ya. And Anna's in the house. What's up, and Anna? Great to see you. Man, well, I got the best fans. I really do. Look at all these wonderful people that are here today. I love it. Oh, rainbows for everyone, the kind you see in nature. All right. Hey, man, I'll tell you what. I love driving and, you go outside, you see a nice rainbow. Sometimes you get some of those double rainbows out there. Those are always awesome. What's up, I Kiss? Good to see you. Greg Jonick, Edie Marie Young, what's up? Let's see. AW Little Chihuahua, Edie Marie, Highway Star. Oh, our Australian man is here. Peck, what's up? Hit like or Salacious said they beat me. Yeah, that's right. Little Chihuahua, Salacious Grampus, what's up? Good morning, good morning. Good to see you. Chris Kelly, what's up? Good to see you. Great to have you here. Let's see. I Kiss Highway Star. Phil's in the house. What's up, Phil? 125th in line. Heck, Salacious not beating you may be the only incentive. Wait a minute. It took me a second for this comment to actually sink in. Salacious not beating you may not be the incentive you think it is. Almost like Phil saying taking a beating from Salacious might actually be kind of all right. Woohoo! All right, we don't kink shame here. All right, Ray W. Peck, Salacious, Highway Star, Phil, Stan Hankins in the house. What's up, Stan? Little Chihuahua, Highway Star, Chris Killing, who else? Greg Jonick, Mark Baggett, Phil, Scott Ammo. What's up, Scott? Good to see you. Great to have you here, as always. Oh, Rich Ara's in the house as well. What's up? Good morning. Good to see you. A wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Oh man, I got so many beautiful people. Look, Danny's here. This is great. Hit that thumbs up, everybody. That's right. We ain't fooling around. Let's see. Chris Kelling. Let's see. Going for MSIN engine start. All right. Mission engine start. Epiphanies, what's up? Good morning. Good to see you. All right. Great to have you here. Danny, Grampus, it's Friday. Yes, Friday. We're going to have fun on Friday. John Anderson, what's up? It's good to see you. And who else do we have here? Ted Gibson. Hello, 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 hello. Welsh News Network in the house, ladies and gentlemen. All right, all right, all right. Robert Custos, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's see. Becca from the Welsh News Network is always here. Oh, you didn't realize. Okay, so never mind. Signed into the wrong account. That's a. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I just realized something. I don't have my my ticker tape for my Saturday shows coming up. Gotta have that going. And here we go. Here we go. Wait a minute. It's starting. It's starting already. Oh, we're getting ready to party. Ladies and gentlemen, you know why? Oh boy, Greg Jonick for $2. Well, then dance and give this to someone else. All right. Here we go. Time for Salacious to start. Start making a list of the people who can't afford to join. This Greg Jonick just bought an entry for someone else. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Greg Jonick's Happy Dance. All right. Thank you so much. Followed up quite quickly with Danny for $2. Also, give this to someone else. The generosity with you guys is amazing. Here's another happy dance for Danny. All right. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Rosanna Massman, welcome to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, Becca from the Welsh News Network gave me $5. She says that was not Dan, it was me. Like an idiot, I forgot to switch back to mine. I'll update Dan after I hear from him later. Oh, yes. Well, thank you, Becca. Thank you for the $5. Thank you for agreeing to be a future guest on the Hezokuai and Frauditors Network Saturday Night Snafu. $5, and here's your happy dance. All right. Thank you so very much. Oh, love it. And let's see who else. Luna Knights is in the house. What's up, Luna? Frauditor Ram is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Frauditor Ram hanging out in the balcony, checking out the show with Waldorf and Vernder or whatever those guys' names were from the Muppet Show that were always heckling everybody. Roseanne Massman, what's up? Good to see ya. Hello, Frauditor Follies, and all you beautiful people in the chat. Happy Friday. That's a fact. Ladies and gentlemen, $1.99 for Phil. You need to recognize me, damn it. Now dance. Here you go, bro. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right. You guys are the best of the best of the best of the best. Better than all the rest. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, $5 from Chris Culling. I hope you survived May the 4th so you can celebrate equally Cinco de Mayo. That's right. Today's Cinco de Mayo, ladies and gentlemen. And here's your Cinco de Mayo happy dance. Ole! Did I get you on that one? All right. Highway Star, Phil, Edward Candelier, Salacious. Ladies and gentlemen, with a $20 bomb. Ray W says, towards me some Legos for little Hez. And please taste News Now Voodoo. All right, here we go. So, first of all, thank you so much. I'm definitely, this is, I think tomorrow or the next day is the last day to get your discounted Legos at lego.com for the Cinco de Mayo, for the May the 4th event. So thank you for giving me $20 towards Legos for my little Hez. He's going to be so happy. And legit, that's what I'm going to use it for. Seriously. And I'm going to give him, and also this is big news. This is big news. Not only is there a request that I tase News Now Voodoo, but I actually found the legit taser. I've been using the soap on him because I dropped the taser and it's small enough that it went under a couch.
All right, Ray. You know what? Thanks a lot, Ray. Because thanks to you, I'm about to take a good tasing. And I don't deserve to be tased just because I'm a professional jackwagon. Just because I always give people a hard time. And I love it! I love to make people sad! Tase away, buttholes! Ow! Ouch!
All right, we're starting the day the right way. Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I already did that one. Where's my hide? There it is. Hi, Kiss in the house. What's up? Dad farted in the house. Rosanna Massman. Maggie K, Highway Star, Epiphanies. Salacious. Oh, first two beat. Oh, did you guys already write I love Salacious? All right, Flower Power in the house. Methodist Dave. All right. Pack, Maggie K. Who else is here? Let's see. Who did I miss? Little Chihuahua, Highway Star, Robert Custos. Tanny, the super necessary BS detector. All right. They got it's Friday from Dad Farted. That's right. Oh my goodness gracious, $5 from Highway Star. Put little Chihuahua in there now and then dance. A little candy dancer. All right, here you go. All right. Thank you so very much. Love it, I love it. Methodist Dave, Texas Tim, News Now Enemy, Roseanne Massman, Highway Star, Rijara, Salacious. All right. Caught up. Yay! And yes, ladies and gentlemen, today is May 5th, so I decided to start the day on a lighter note with a little bit of this, or maybe not. Wait a minute, where'd it go? All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start with a brief history of Cinco de Mayo. It's a 2-minute video. It's good stuff. Educational, fun, and a good way to start the day. Happy day. The one day that I would actually want Kick Jerry up here, he don't show up. All right, here you go.
Today, college campuses and bars across the country are packed with people enjoying guacamole, putting on big hats, downing a lot of tequila. But how did this holiday get its start? Here's a brief history of Cinco de Mayo. First, let's get a common misconception out of the way. Cinco de Mayo is not Mexico's Independence Day. That's the 16th of September, a completely different holiday. Cinco de Mayo commemorates a big battle. It was known as the Battle of Pueblo, fought on May 5th, 1862 between Mexico and France. Mexico owed France, along with Spain and England, a lot of money. The three countries sent troops to Mexico to demand payment. Spain and England reached an agreement and left, but France set out to attack Mexican forces in Pueblo. The battle lasted 3 hours. Mexico was victorious. The French lost nearly 500 men, while Mexico lost less than 100. Although the French would return just a year later to recapture Pueblo and the rest of Mexico, the Battle of Pueblo created a sense of national pride, and it was declared a national holiday. Today, Cinco de Mayo is a relatively minor holiday in Mexico, mostly celebrated in Pueblo where the battle took place. Most of the country considers Mexican Independence Day, celebrated on September 16th, to be a more important day to express their patriotism. But in the U.S., Cinco de Mayo has become a massive holiday, with large celebrations taking place in Los Angeles, Chicago, Denver, Houston, New York City. George W. Bush was the first president to honor the holiday at the White House.
Mi Casa Blanca es su Casa Blanca. Adios.
Festivities in the U.S., like most imported holidays, usually amount to consuming lots of booze and food. 30.6 million cases of beer, 87.3 million pounds of avocados were sold on Cinco de Mayo week in 2013, making $658 million in booze revenue and 349 million servings of guacamole. With 33.6 million U.S. residents claiming Mexican descent and others partying just because, it's no wonder this holiday has become one of the largest in the country.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you believe that somebody with a screen name like this says gross when we talk about guacamole? Anyway, what's up, Chili's? How many people put in jail? What's up, Nicody? Right? Have a bacon, lettuce, and Cinco de Mayo sandwich for lunch. You got to hear him. He's innocent, but he's helping educate other inmates. What's up, Maggie K? Anyway, yes. Cinco de Mayo, great times. Definitely gonna have to go out and get some tacos later, or something. I don't know. It's just one of those days. So, ladies and gentlemen, hello again. Welcome once again to the show. Glad to have you all here on this wonderful Cinco de Mayo Friday morning. It is interesting when you look at it, historically speaking, how Cinco de Mayo was actually about a battle between Mexico and France. And of course, here it's bigger because we never really had that problem. We just made a deal with Napoleon and bought land from him. So we didn't really have an argument with France. It was just like, all right, here, help us fight the English, and we'll help you fight the English because we were both against the English. So we became friends with France. That's one of the things that I think is, I don't know, because I'm not French, but I would think that that's one of the reasons why you always hear stories about how when Americans go over to France, that the French people don't really appreciate us none too much. And I think it's because there's so many jokes about the fact that the French surrendered during World War II, like making fun of the French military and this and that. But the fact of the matter is, this country wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for the fact that the French during the Napoleonic Wars were on our side against England and helped us out a lot. So I think that they, you Americans forgot that you wouldn't even have this country if it wasn't for us helping you out. And then you come here and say that we're bums because, we had the entire Wehrmacht in front of us and we couldn't do nothing about it. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not French. Just, from what I know about history, it seems to me like that's what's up. Victor T, how's it going? Good to see you. So let's get started with something a little light. I got some heavy duty video I want to cover, but I want to wait a little bit. One, because it is kind of heavy duty, so I don't want to load the show top heavy with, "Hey, good morning, how you doing?" And now here's some seriously depressing crap. I have some fun videos to begin with. That's why I decided to start with the Cinco de Mayo celebration video. And we're going to start with something a little bit more fun. We're going to start with the Black Heart Night video called Soft Heart Arrested for Refusing to Answer One Simple Question. All right, here we go with the video from Black Heart Night. News Now Voodoo's #1 enemy. Grandma Bob Show, what's up? What's up? What's up? We're about to start. We just had our little Cinco de Mayo history lesson. Now Black Heart Night.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. In today's video, we find ourselves at a border checkpoint with a sovereign citizen who refuses to identify himself to the Border Patrol agents and refuses to answer questions regarding his American status. Well, gee, if you refuse to answer questions, then how the hell are they supposed to identify you to begin with, you moron? So anyway, let's go ahead and sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
How you doing?
American citizens?
What reason do you have to believe I'm not?
I'm sorry. You may mention. Yeah, are you recording, sir?
Why does that frighten you?
I'm sorry?
Why does that frighten
Oh, it
you?
did frighten me.
Okay.
So you're a United States citizen, sir?
I don't wish to answer any questions.
You don't wish to answer any questions?
Well, gee, let me think about this for a second, dude. I mean, if they don't know you're an American citizen, they have to ask you if you're an American citizen. And if you refuse to answer that question, then how are they able to identify that you are an American citizen to begin with without looking at anything else other than your paperwork that will let you know that you're an American citizen or any other identifiable aspects of you? It's just
Okay, I'm sorry. I gotta stop it here real quick. I'm looking at the chat and I'm looking at the video and I'm thinking, I was watching this before, when I was prepping for the show, and it was, it's the new Blackout Night video. Awesome, right? But I'm not nuts. That's Earl, right? This is an old video of Earl David Warden being a douche canoe. Wow, what a surprise. Of all people. I think I've actually seen this too before as well. Sometimes you see so many of them over the years, sometimes they start to blend together. Anyway, was somebody giving away memberships and I missed it? I think I owe somebody a happy dance. All right. But yes, Cletus, the slack-jawed yokel, is a pretty good stand-in for Earl David Warden, that's for sure. Absolutely, positively.
a circular argument, dude. You're not that bright, are you?
Sir, you answer, you can be on your way. I just need to be satisfied that you're United States citizens and you'll be free to go.
We're not here to harm anybody.
Oh, that's
We'd
fine.
just like to be on our way.
Now at this point, it becomes a simple yes or no answer. I mean, are you capable of doing that at least? Probably not, because you're a total tool.
It's a simple question. Are you all United States citizens?
Do you have a reason to believe I'm not?
Are you?
Do you have a...
Okay. This is something. Let's go back, because this is a question that I asked. It wasn't this video when this video originally came out, although I did talk about this at the time, even, or at least I was part of. This is older, man. I think I wasn't even necessarily doing this as much, but I remember at least watching it and discussing it in chats with other people who covered it. But there was for a minute, if you guys remember, for those of you who've been following the whole movement for any period of time, there was this thing, like, you know how it all started. The big hot thing was to go and audit a post office, right? And like now it's the library, right? But there was a short time in there in between where there were a whole bunch of these things happening at Border Patrol, just like this. There's a famous window smash video where a truck driver ends up losing his job because he's entering the country and he pulls this nonsense and they have to smash his window and pull him out of the truck. And there's another one that became viral because this dude had his wife and kids in the car and ended up driving like they put the gate down, and he drove through it and broke the gate. And then when the cops ran to stop him, he's crying about, my wife and kids, how dare you do this to me in front of my family? What's your problem? Like, they're the ones who are wrong. But the thing that I wanted to address about that whole thing, I never really talked about it too much at the time. And I'm glad that I'm not seeing that much. Like I said, there was a short period of time where it looked like that was happening a lot. And then all of a sudden it seems to have stopped. So that's good. And I hope it doesn't come back. But my point is, like, when they do their audits, the fact of the matter is, to be 100% clear and 100% honest, I understand their arguments as to why they do the things they do. I disagree with their arguments. I think their arguments are stupid, pointless, nonsensical BS arguments, but I know what the arguments are. Oh, UCC 1985. Okay, a misreading of that. Oh, Poster 7. Oh, yeah, a misreading of that. Oh, Constitution. Okay, yeah, a misreading of that. Misquote, out of context, whatever. I can find all the different things and make sense out of them. But the Border Patrol thing, like he's saying, do you have any reason to think I'm not an American citizen? Well, you're not. You're coming from somewhere other than the United States. What do you mean, do I have a reason to think you're not an American? You're coming from somewhere that's not America. Like, what? I don't understand. Like, I always say, oh, I don't get it when they do certain things. Yes, but, like, the idea behind, like, you have to audit this so that you can catch them when they're it's all BS and it's all crap, but I get that. As horrible and stupid as it is, as much as I disagree with it, I understand it. But I don't understand why you're going to argue with Border Patrol, especially when you're entering the country. Whether you're coming down from Canada or up from Mexico, they say, are you an American citizen? Well, why would you ask me that? Ooh, well, how about because you're at the freaking border? Duh! I don't understand how that's the thing with these idiots. What? How does that even make? You don't know where you're physically located? You don't realize that you left the country? That you're coming in from another country? You don't understand that concept? That's why I call these guys butter brains. Because you got to have butter in there to think that makes sense. Ugh.
Reason to believe I'm not.
I'm just asking a question.
That's my answer. Do you have a reason to believe I'm not a citizen?
I have to question everybody.
I understand. And it's their right to answer questions or not and participate in your investigation.
Everybody answers questions here at the table. You know, it's 100% inspection. Right now, you're being seized until you satisfy.
I understand.
My immigration question that you are here, if you're United States citizens, you can be free to go.
I've answered your question. I don't wish to participate in your investigation.
It's not if you participate or not. Are you a United States citizen, yes or no?
What reason do you have to believe I'm not? That's the way that, you guys are good about quoting the law, but that's what the law says. You have to believe I'm not a citizen in order to question.
Now look here, you incompetent soft-tart moron. That is a border crossing. Everybody gets asked that question who crosses that border. It's a simple yes or no question. And yet you are turning it into something that it should not be. It is binary. Yes, no, on, off. It's as simple as that. It's not complicated. But you consuming all those lead paint chips over the years has melted your brain to the point where even answering a simple question with a yes or no response is pretty much complicated to you.
Sir, everybody, okay? This is the United States Border Patrol checkpoint. I'm attempting to conduct an immigration inspection under Section 287 of the Immigration and Nationality Act. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled in United States versus Martinez Fuerte, 1976, that a U.S. Border Patrol has the authority to set up permanent or fixed checkpoints on public highways leading to or away from the Mexican border, and that these checkpoints are not a violation of the Fourth Amendment. You are being ordered to move your vehicle to secondary, please.
Okay.
So
where do you want me to pull?
Right over here in the secondary.
Where that guy in the green is?
Yes.
Okay.
They're waiting for you right over there.
All right.
Thank you.
No problem. Howdy. Okay. Right there?
Yeah, that's fine. Could you shut off the vehicle and step up? You can bring all your personal belongings with you.
Okay.
Wallet, cell phone.
You want her out as well?
I'm sorry?
You want her out as well?
Yes, please.
Okay. Yep. All right. Let me shut it off.
I just want to conduct my immigration inspection. Oh, you guys can be on your way. Are you a United States citizen?
Okay, so you're quoting Fuentes. Fuentes says if you have a reason to believe I'm not a U.S. citizen, you can stop me and question me and detain me. What reason do you believe to have that I'm not a U.S. citizen?
Sir, this is the United States Border Patrol checkpoint. Everybody gets.
We're going to go around. We're going to go round and round here. You know, you're.
No, you're going to go round and round.
No, I'm not. I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want you to waste my time.
You would have been out of this situation a long time ago if you had answered the question, yes, I am a U.S. citizen. But no, you had to go the sovereign citizen route and make it extremely complicated and act like your Fourth Amendment rights are being violated for simply asking a question. I mean, I could only imagine somebody like you in a university taking a test. Oh, I'm not going to answer any of these questions because all these questions violate my Fourth Amendment rights to be silent, or the Fifth Amendment, or anything like that. Oh, what's that, Professor Smith? The Fifth Amendment is the right to be silent? No, Professor, you're wrong.
Exactly. I just want to get you on the road.
Okay, so just so we're clear here, okay, I do not have a weapon on me.
Okay.
All right, there is a firearm secured under the seat.
Perfect.
All right, so I have no other weapons on me at all. I'm not here to harm anybody. Don't mean any. You know, I just want my rights respected. I'd like to be on my way.
Do you have any identification? Anything that I can ID you?
Well,
I need to be satisfied with my immigration inspection. I need to be sure that you're a United States citizen and you can be free to go.
What reason do you have to believe I'm not a citizen?
Sir, it's 100% inspection.
Okay.
Everybody here.
You've inspected. You've spoken to me. I don't speak with an accent. I'm obviously.
That just shows your own flat-out ignorance right there, dude. Everybody speaks with some kind of accent out here, or anywhere in this country. Go to Louisiana and see what kind of accent they have. Go to New York and see what kind of accent they have. Go to New Mexico and see what kind of accents they have out there. So, dude, just shut your damn mouth because you are making yourself look like a complete dipshit moron at this point.
I don't get where you get.
The accent doesn't have anything to do with it.
Okay.
I still need to be satisfied that you're a United States.
Okay. Where do you want us to stay? Wherever you want us to stay.
Stay right here?
Stay right here. Okay.
Okay. You're a United States citizen, sir?
I don't wish to participate in your investigation.
You don't wish to answer my questions?
Yes, sir.
Stay right there.
Okay. The Hero 3, do they make y'all buy those yourselves? They provide them for you? Good. I got the Hero 6. The video quality from the 3.
One of the things that I actually am beginning to enjoy. Leland Squirrel's in the house. What's up, Leland? Alder McGroin, what's up? One of the things that I am starting to enjoy about watching some of the old Earl David Warden videos is watching them with the knowledge that he's currently in prison. And he ain't getting out for a while. So, like, unlike a lot of these videos where you watch him and you're like, man, I wish something would happen to one of these frauditors one of these days. At least we know that this guy should have stayed in Mexico, because now he's going to be spending a very, very, very long time getting poked into poking.
3 to the 6 is amazing. Yeah, it's awesome. It shoots in 4K. It's awesome. But I'm glad you guys got cameras. They don't give you all body cameras?
Oh, smooth move, you moron. The plate won't come back to you at all. Oh, gee. Just another reason for the Border Patrol agents to suspect you of something nefarious. I mean, come on, dude. Get real.
It's all about my rights, okay? Your government agent.
Okay. Rajara, this is Earl David Warden. If you don't know what he's in prison for, oh, you got some people already talking about it in the chat. I don't even know if I could say it out loud on here because of YouTube's TOS. But what he did was really bad. And he did it to his own kids. I gave it away as a prize. My Earl David Warden card specifically says his power. I basically just explain his charges. And then at the end, I'm like, the only thing this card is good for is to be used as toilet paper. Wipe your butt with Earl David Warden's face. Yeah, so that's enough of looking at his dumb ass. He doesn't even deserve anything. I didn't want to turn it off because I don't want to, offend Blackheart Knight. But I don't want to look at David Earl Warden's face anymore. We got more important things to worry about like this. This is breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. This is from Little Chihuahua Big World. Let's see what they got going on. Somebody's causing trouble over there. Let's find out who.
All right, I finally took control, everybody. Now no one can stop me. Not even those people that live here, even their little dog. But that's okay, because I got plans. Now let's just see what's on YouTube. Okay, let's see what Hezokuai's been up to lately. I need to watch out. The escape. I wouldn't watch that one. Let's see what happens. Okay. I hate buffering. Hi, Voodoo, there you are. I've been worried about you. Yeah. You finally got it going on, boy. Yeah, the escape, you finally got away. Oops, fell down. Getting so excited. Yeah, okay. Now. All right, Voodoo. I knew we could do it. All right. All right. Come on, Voodoo. Get out of there. Oh, get out of there. Oh, no, not the pricklies. Not the pricklies. He needs to be careful with the pricklies. Oh, yeah, be careful, Voodoo. Yeah. Oh, come on, do it. Get away from there. All right. Watch out, he might be over there. All right, Voodoo. I know it's tough being little, isn't it, Voodoo? Yeah. I'm the man with the master plan. You're just a little shrimp. Yeah. Oh, come on, get to the library if that's where you're going. He's so slow. Come on now. Oh, right. I knew there was a library close. There always is. Yeah. Finally. Okay, where are those tyrants at? There's tyrants in the library. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they don't know nothing. All they do is have words that don't mean nothing. Yeah. I don't think there is. You're safe. Post offices fail. Oh, yeah, you better get out of there or he might catch you. Yeah, the gym. That's the best place is the gym. Let's go. All right. Yeah, you're safe now. All right. Blackheart Night, no. Oh, but you better be careful. Be careful, Voodoo. I got a bad feeling. Oh no! There's Hez! You've been spotted. He's gonna spot you. You better get out of there now. Oh no! No! Hez, leave him alone. No! Oh no! Run, Voodoo! Go, Voodoo! Oh no! Run, Voodoo! Oh, he's got you now. No! Hezokuai! Leave him alone! Oh no! Not the taser! No! We need to help Voodoo! No! Oh, you're nasty looking, Hez! Hez, no! He's out of house arrest! He better leave him alone! He's done nothing wrong! Oh no! Oh no, he's gonna kill him! Oh no! Voodoo! I can't help him. Anybody help him? Oh no! No! Oh my gosh, Voodoo, I'm so sorry. Okay, now everybody, we need to help Voodoo. He's been held captive by Hez, and he's been tased again. We can't have this anymore. We gotta help him. Douche Canoe, what are you doing here? Oh no, help me, people. She's gonna get me. You're right, you're gonna get the tasing of a lifetime, just like Voodoo. not done yet. Okay. Okay, we got control back, people. I think we're safe. Whew. That's wore me out. Okay, everybody, you got shirts now. Let us know what you think. We're going to get back to this thing. We all love yous. Though Chihuahua Big World, like, share, and subscribe. Love yous. Out.
All right, all right, all right. Round of applause for Little Chihuahua Big World. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Kelling with $2. News Now Voodoo, when he goes to court, he's going to plea leave Britney alone. All right. And here's your Hezokuai happy dance. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's awesome. Oh, no. Uh-oh, ladies and gentlemen, News Now Voodoo's in the house. Look at the injustice. He can't believe how not only has he been treated, but his cousin, News Now Douche Canoe. Oh, my goodness gracious me. What a horrible, horrible way we're going. And for those of you who've been following the story, we got some big stuff coming up because Voodoo had a court hearing. I haven't shown the footage from it yet. I'm still working on editing it because it has to be redacted. But because for those of you who don't know, Unclean Hands uncovered his child that he has, and that he hasn't been paying child support. He owes back child support for. So we're gonna have to. Well, you guys will see. Just keep. Stay tuned. Yeah. What? All right. Fancy pants. All right. Anyway. All right, guys. I've been stalling. I don't want to do this, man. I really don't, but I have to. I'd be remiss if I didn't. We're going to watch a video. We're going to get real now. I've been going back and forth all day in my head with this if I want to show this or not. It's not that bad. I don't want, I'm not building up like this craziness. And then it's like, oh, that wasn't that crazy. But it is. And here's why. Here's why. You're standing on the street corner and somebody gets mad that you're filming. Of course, if you're a frauditor, you're not going to stop filming just because they asked you to. In fact, you're going to film even more because they asked you to stop. So what do? They argue with you. They yell at you. If you come up to them, all they have to do is turn off the camera or turn the camera away from the person and say, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to film you. I was just out here getting footage and I apologize. There are a million ways to de-escalate these situations. They never have to get to the point where you're pepper spraying some random people on the street. It never has to get to that point. And it's not the fault of the person, the victim, that you guys try to get arrested for attacking you. So what happens? What's up, Unclean? We were just talking about, we just did a whole News Now Voodoo segment, and we were talking about how you uncovered his history with his baby and his unborn child, unpaid child support, and how I have a video I'm working on right now that's going to address that. But I had to get all the body cam footage, and it all has to be redacted and everything. So it's going to take a couple more days before it's ready to post. But anyway, I'm just starting to get serious with the next video I'm about to show. And like I said, before I show this, I want to make sure I explain completely exactly what's going to happen because I'm going to play it through. What do I always say? What always happens, right? These guys will film someone or something. And if you tell them you don't like being filmed, they always talk about de-escalation this, de-escalation that. You want to de-escalate the situation, all you have to do is say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to film. I wanted to get some footage. I have a YouTube channel, and I really kind of like the architecture around here. I was just trying to get footage of the buildings and stuff. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get you. I'll erase a bit with you or whatever. Or you could just say, oh, I'm sorry. Maybe they'll be like, okay, I didn't know, just whatever. Take 5 seconds, diffuse the situation. Not even de-escalate, completely diffuse the situation by turning the camera away. But they can't do that. They have to keep escalating it until the person is so angry at them for refusing to stop filming them that they decide to touch the camera or to do something, which immediately makes the frauditor pull out the pepper spray and call the cops on the victim. And do not get it confused. The auditor is not the victim. Because, like I always say, the auditors are the real tyrants. Because they impose their will upon everybody else. We just did an Earl video. I don't want more Earl. I'm about to have a little barf in my mouth. But we'll see. We could look into that maybe later. But right now, I gotta do this because this is important. Thank you, Unclean. Though. Oh, and by the way, Unclean, you got a package coming in the mail from Hezomom. She always hears me talking about unclean hands. So she's literally decided to send you a bar of soap so you can clean your unclean hands. Anyway, all right, Unclean. I'll probably play it in a little bit. Anyway, so the frauditors are out on the street and they're getting into it with these people, and they're pushing it and pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. And these people, like, they speak fighting words. Lawyer's Corner, what's up? Which fighting words, there is legal precedent against fighting words about them not being covered by the First Amendment. But then when they refuse to stop filming, why do you get so upset? It's just a camera. It's because you're imposing your will upon somebody else against their will. That's why they get upset. Because you're tyrannical. You're imposing your will upon them. Yes, it's just filming, but that's not the point. The point is, I ask you not to film. You're going to say no and keep filming anyway. The camera doesn't hurt. Right. But you enforcing your will upon me does. I don't want to be filmed. You should respect that as a human. But they don't. And that's why people get so upset. And then when they try to say, if you're not going to stop by choice, I'm going to stop you. Then bam, that's when they pull out the pepper spray and then call the cops and get the victim arrested. No, Lawyer's Corner, I understand that completely. But like I said, it came from Hezomom because she heard me say unclean hands. She's like, well, give the poor guy some soap so he can clean his hands. So she's mailing him a bar of soap. Anyway, why am I saying all this? The video I'm about to show, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure who this frauditor is. But this is a new video on NC Tyrant Hunter's channel. But it's not NC Tyrant Hunter in the video. I am about to show you a video. This is where we're at now. This is what freedom fighters do now. Here's the deal, talking about, I can't believe Brooklyn audits besmirched the good name of First Amendment auditors. This is First Amendment auditing. This is what it has come to. Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to see a lady ask an auditor to stop filming. He refuses to stop. She gets out of her car and says, stop filming me, please. He says, no. The more she asks him to stop, the more he keeps filming. Escalating and escalating until she's so mad, she tries to smack the phone out of his hand. He pulls away, starts filming her again, so she spits at him. So he knocks her ass out. He literally punches her and knocks her ass out. Unconscious, on the ground. And the comment section is, well, I guess women wanted equal rights, so now they got him. Ha, ha, ha. She asked for it. Ha, ha, ha. What a hero this guy is. For not taking crap from her just because she's a woman. You'll see. Ooh. This is where it's come to, ladies and gentlemen. Way, way, way gone are the good old days of just standing around wobbling your camera like an idiot in the post office.
When I'm tell me what to do, you're not my daddy. How about that?
Let me finish what I was saying.
You can finish when I get done.
Bam! Take that.
Thank you guys for hanging out, man. I love all you guys. Man, we can't be parking next to no fire hydrants. It's an emergency. On the delivery. Yeah, it's an emergency. Something happens, you're going to get fucked. Look at plates, people. Look at those plates.
What are you doing?
The right to record. That's what I'm doing.
Your what?
The right to record. I got thousands of followers watching you right now parked next to a hydrant.
I'm a delivery person. Oh, and I'm volunteer EMS. So if you had cold,
Even worse. Even worse.
Save your life.
Even worse.
I want to save your life.
So you standing next to something that's going to stop somebody from getting saved. You parking next to something that's stopping somebody from getting saved. And you're an EMT?
First of all, it's illegal in New York City.
No, it's not. I got a memo. You can't do that. You can't do that. Look at this Karen, people. She's such a Karen for parking in the wrong spot. Get up and get out, man. What's her plate? Her plate's that. JDX 4553. Y'all know how I give it up, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, though. I do appreciate it, though. It's better like that. It's better. It's more safety. I appreciate it. Look with the cam back. She's trying to hit the cam back. Boy, I already know, man. I don't play that shit. We out here. Now she follow me. But let's cam back. I was waving at her like this. Look. I was like, take a picture. Take a picture. You mad? She's gonna wait till I leave and try to back up. She's mad. Look, she's gonna back up too. She can park not even right there because there's a parking spot right there. She can't block that parkway. So you know what I'm saying? And she's blocking the bike lane now. Like, you got to do better. If you're going to do better, do better. We run plates and everything. We read everybody. We support. We expose everyone. She really going to sit here and follow me. But now she goes. She moved from there. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? Because now somebody's safe. She an EMT, so she should know better. If you knew better, you do better.
Exactly. If you knew better, you would do better.
Exactly. I'm doing right. I know my law.
I'm one of the heroes that everyone thanks every day for saving people's lives. So yeah, record me in front front of your million followers so that people can leave your page.
That's right. There you go. So they can leave my page.
There are more people
They love you right
on
now.
my side than on your side. I save people's lives. What do? Humiliate people on your page. People that save people's lives.
Okay, keep on. Keep on. I love it. Keep on.
Yourself, you
This is an EMT worker too. Look at her. She coming over here.
This is an EMT worker. This is an EMT worker. You don't have the f***ing right to f***ing record
That's
me.
assault. Yo, call the police before I rock this. I'm about to slap this. Y'all saw that? You saw that? I'm about to rock you. Go ahead. Touch me again. Touch me again. Touch me again. I'm gonna rock you. Touch me again. I'm gonna. Don't spit at me. Got it. She spit on me. You gonna spit on me? You gonna touch me?
No, dude, you knocked her out.
I don't give a f, bro.
No, you knocked her out.
She spit in my face.
That's violent, bro. You can't come up here.
Got it. You don't spit in my face. That's assault. She smacked me. She smacked me. She punched me mad times. She punched me mad times just now.
Fuck how many times she not doing good, crazy?
What's wrong with her? And I'm staying here.
Quick killer, you nuts?
Bro, I don't play that. You put hands on me, I'm gonna hit you, man or female. What? I'm not walking nowhere because if she hit me, now I hit her in my self-defense. Look at my face, y'all. Look at my face. She smacked me right here, right here. I saw it when I pulled it back. Like, yo, look. Bang, bang. She smacked me. Boom, boom. Don't matter who you are. You touch me, you're going to get hurt. Don't give a fuck, male or female. Don't touch nobody. Don't touch nobody. I rock males and females. Don't touch nobody. You man enough to hit a man. You man enough to get knocked out. Look at the bystander. We at 135 and Hudson Street. Holla at me. I go everywhere. I'm right here. You can catch me right here. Catch me right here then. Catch me outside, right? I don't care, y'all. I do care, but yo, listen. Y'all already know. Can nobody get to the scene with him? Yeah. If y'all want to pull up, y'all. Y'all already know, man. Holla at me. She's making a report, so I want to hear the false reports. Then I gave her the benefit of doubt. Don't touch me again. Don't touch me again. You want to touch me again? Rock. Anybody that threatened me? All right, bet I got you right now. Hey, my guy. Look at this dickhead. That's one. Two is that guy right there. He saves my yo. All right, now I'm pulling my glove because I feel threatened now.
And that right there it is. Oh, poor baby had a girl smack him and spit on him. Oh, poor little baby. But we know that he's a man, a real man, a manly man, because he knocked her ass out. When you get assaulted, you call the cops. Have that person arrested for assault. Number one, she approached him. She smacked at his phone. I get that. But then she went to leave, and he followed her to her car, screaming at her, right? Then she turned around and spit at him. Okay. But then he literally punches her in the head and knocks her out. I'm sorry. But the way I was raised, I don't give a flying. rolling donut. You don't hit a woman. You don't do it. But wait there, moi. His fans are in his comments sticking up for him like he's a hero. Like he finally did what everyone wants to do, knock out a woman. Standing up for our freedom, standing up for our rights, being a brave, strong man. Wait a minute. Big, strong man who knocks people out when they mess with them. What happened when that dude got in his face just now? What happened when a dude pushed him just now? Did he knock the dude out? When it was a dude, did he knock the dude out? Or did he? All right, I'll put my gloves away, man. Let's rewind it and see what happened when it was a man that was messing with him. Let's see how he reacted.
Because I said, hey, guys, want to touch me again? Rock.
Watch what happens when it's a guy. This dude right here.
Anybody that threatened me? All right, bet I got you right now. Hey, my guy. Look at this dickhead. That's one.
How come you're not knocking him out?
Choose that guy right there.
Okay.
He said he was on my, yo.
When it's a man.
All right, now I'm pulling my glove because I feel threatened now.
Oh, now he feels threatened.
I'm right here. What happened?
Man.
I'm right here. She assaulted me. She spit in my face, and I defended myself. I told her, I gave her the benefit of the doubt to step back and stop assaulting me. She assaulted me, and then she spit on me, and I defended myself. So I'm gonna get put in cuffs. Let me know. No problem. Shut up. He was threatening me. He was threatening me. He threatened to cut me. He threatened to beat me up and all that. He was threatening me. He threatened to catch me in Brooklyn. Now you pleading the fifth? It's all on live. Don't worry. It's all on live. You gonna catch me in Brooklyn, right? You gonna make me bleed, right? Let's get it. You wanna play? It's too late. He's gonna take my story. He's gonna take my story. Because I wanna press charges on her too. I wanna press charges on her. She's assaulting me. She's spit in my face. She's going in too. And then she's free at me. That's bodily fluids, and I don't know what she got. She gotta have herpes, AIDS, anything. So if I'm in the room, she's in the room. She gotta go in too. Matter of fact, with her spitting on me, I might need medical. I want to go get checked out now. I'm gonna remain calm. Because it goes both ways. You don't assault somebody and believe that the other person assaults you, fights back. It's assault. Nah, she deserves to be in cuffs too. She deserves to be in cuffs too. I want to press charges too. She press charges, I press charges. We both press charges.
Why are you recording her anyway?
Because it's the right to record. I got the right to record.
Why are you recording random people?
I got the right to record. Freedom to Record Act.
Of course, I'm not saying
First Amendment. Why am I doing it? Because it's free. I could do it. It's the law. I'm looking for a problem.
That's what that is. Why would you do that?
Nah, it's not looking for it's standing up for my rights. So I feel I should not be arrested. I have self-defense. She charged at me. She struck me.
Unfortunately, in New York State, there's no self-defense.
Well, there should be, because yes. Then if not, then I want charges pressed on her too. On the phone.
Okay.
I got my own footage too, sir. As you know, I was recording, so both ways. 1441. Castro.
So ultimately, they both pressed charges on each other. And who knows, I don't even think I don't know how old that video is again, because it's from NC Tyrant Hunter's channel, but he just put it up. So I think that it hasn't even been decided yet. It probably is going to have to go to court, and they're both going to fight it. But I mean, like, I saw that video and I thought that was the most disgusting crap I've seen in a long time. And I've seen some frauditors do some disgusting crap. But that, and again, he's big Mr. Tough Guy standing up for his freedom and his rights when he's literally knocking a girl out. But then a dude pushes him and all of a sudden he's like, hey, I feel threatened now. So you didn't feel threatened when the woman was doing it, right? Because when you feel threatened by a man, you and walk away. So why did you need to knock her out if you didn't feel threatened by her? That's called being a dominant, right? Domination. Being a douche canoe, a butt crack, an a-hole. And the fact that NC Tyrant Hunter, you know he loves this. And even at the end, they're asking him, why are you filming? Because I can. There you go. Because I can. Well, why are you punching women and knocking them out? Because I can. Why are you turning into a little baby and running out of fear and I'm scared now when a man pushes you? Half your size. That was a little dude. You could see it in his eyes. He didn't say a word, but you could see it in his eyes. He's like, you wanna knock out girls? Here, come on, punk, knock me out. Let's go. Come on, do it. He's smiling at him. Like, come on. You can see it in his eyes. He's like, come on. You want to knock out girls? Do something. He's pushing them, shoving them into the street. Oh, no, I feel threatened. I'm walking. I'm leaving. Hero! First Amendment hero. Modern civil rights activist. Martin Luther King Jr. Rosa Parks. And this ass crack. Knocks out a woman all proud of himself. Yeah, I ain't taking no guff from no lady. I'll tell her what's up. And then some little dude comes up to you and shoves you. Oh, I'm threatened. I'm scared. I'm walking away. They both filed charges on each other. I don't know if it's still ongoing as far as I know. I have no idea if there was any final determination. He could have killed her with a punch like that. Yeah, and then he's like, I think I need medical because she spit on me. Remember, last week, Here's the Deal was telling us that he couldn't believe that Brooklyn Audits would do something to besmirch the good name of First Amendment auditors. What the hell planet does he live on? First Amendment auditors do not have a good name. If they did, a woman, when she saw one on the street, wouldn't get out of her car, run up to the guy, and spit on him. What the hell are these people doing? Because I can is a stupid reason to do anything. Yes. But that's their whole reason. That's all they got. Because I have the right to. You have the right to be nice to people. You're not doing that. You have the right to donate to charity. You're not doing that. You have the right to volunteer at the food bank. You're not doing that. You have the right to volunteer at the homeless shelter. You're not doing that. Well, I have the right to film. Well, everybody hates it when you film. But guess what? Because we're all wrong about the money part. What's the difference? You have the right to volunteer at the homeless shelter. But you don't get paid to do that. You have the right to volunteer at the local food bank, but you don't get paid to do that. Isn't it funny how they don't do this for the money? They do it because they're standing up for our civil liberties and our rights and our freedoms. And they're doing these things because they can. But there are other things that you can do, that you have a right to do. Isn't it fascinating by pure coincidence that all the stuff that they legally have the right to do, you have to flex your freedoms, you have to use your rights or you'll lose them. Use your right to walk up and down the streets picking up trash and recycling it. How about that right? Don't you want to not lose that right? You should be flexing it or you'll lose it. Right? By your argument, why aren't you flexing your freedom to go to the homeless shelter, to go to the food bank, to go to the church, help people out, volunteer? Every one of the things that they have a right to do that they don't do are things you don't get paid to do. Also, there are things that require empathy. There are things that require respect. There are things that require basic human decency. All things that do not exist within the brain of a butterbrain douche canoe. Thank you. These frauditors. Why do you people hate frauditors so much? Why do you guys, I don't understand. Why do you guys hate freedom so much? You're against First Amendment auditors. That means you hate freedom. If this is what you call freedom, running around up and down the streets, knocking out women, pepper spraying random people, I mean, that's not freedom. That's freaking anarchy. You guys want the damn purge. You don't like being filmed? Go hide in your home. That's their answer. That's why the line, there's no expectation of privacy in public. That's why I hate that so much. So I made a shirt where there's a witch saying it. Basically, when you say that, what you're saying is, and I've heard frauditors say flat out, not once, not twice, but hundreds of times, you don't want to be filmed? Don't go out in public. So that's your answer? Everyone just never leave your house? That's more freedom? That's the world you want to live in, where no one ever leaves their homes. As their windows with the blinds shut, and public offices can't have windows open because you'll just film through the windows, so they can't have any sunlight. They have to have only electric light, which is going to make the electric bills go up, which is going to waste more resources, more taxpayers' money, because they're going to be paying more for their electric bills because you won't allow them. The frauditors are the tyrants. You will not allow anyone to get sunlight because they have to have their blinds drawn and their shades shut so that you won't film them through the window. They have to create their own privacy. So no one, due to the tyrannical tyrant frauditors, no one's allowed to have sunlight anymore. In fact, no one's allowed to just take a walk outside. You can't leave your house. You don't want me to film you? You shouldn't go out in public then. How dare you go out in public? You better not. So now your entire life, every decision you make in life has to be considered, taken into consideration, and based around the frauditors. You talk about tyranny and why I say the frauditors are the tyrants. In their world, every single person in the United States, when they wake up in the morning, the first thought that has to cross their mind before anything is, okay, do I want to be on some random douche canoe's camera today? And if not, do I even want to leave the house? Is it even worth it? Do I want to get a job that's a good, high-paying job working for the government? Oh, but if I do, then douche canoes are going to come in there and scream and holler and try to get me fired and try to get disciplinary action taken against me if I ask them not to film me and tell me I should take a job in the private sector. So now I have to decide. I have to make my life choices based on this douche canoe's tyrannical demands that I take a job in the private sector. You don't like it, get a job in the private sector. Because if not, again, you're going to walk in there with your douchebag attitude, your douchebag camera, and you're going to try to file complaints against me, and you're going to try to FOIA all my personal information, and you're going to try to get me fired. I don't want to deal with that shit. I just want to do my job and get my check and go home and hang out with my family and pay my bills. Fine, I'll get a job at Jimmy John's. Oh no, I just showed a video yesterday of somebody auditing a Jimmy John's. They want the whole world to revolve around them. Nobody has any rights. If you film, you don't have the right to film. That's another big one. Huge. Camback. That video we just watched started with him yelling at her about cambacking him. You have the right to film anything anywhere, unless you're filming a First Amendment auditor. Then you have no rights. Who's the tyrant now? When you film, it's okay, but when I film you, it's horrible? It's terrible? You're going to try to get me fired for filming? Random people on the street, you can't get them fired, but you can. I'm going to put you online, and I'm going to tell everybody what a horrible, rotten, no good, Kenbeck and Karen snowflake you are. I'm going to destroy your reputation. How dare you use your First Amendment right to film me? How dare you?
I didn't hit that girl. No. Hey, I didn't hit that girl. Why are you taking this out on me, man? I never hit a girl. Wait, no. Come on, man. No, stop it. Ah! Okay, that tasing is pretty bad. All right, guys, come on. Now I know that oh boy, I know that I'm the stand-in for the Frauditors, but guys, ouch, man! Like, seriously, ow! Like, what are you gonna do to make up for that, Hez? Huh? What are you gonna do? You think you're so cool? You think you're awesome? Huh? You think you're Mr. Good Guy? Huh? Gonna show me what's what? Ow!
Sorry about that. It's just that video, man. I knew before I showed it. That's why I tried to top load the show with funny stuff, because when I saw that video, ooh, that got so deep. Like, that's where we're at now. We went from wobbling your camera around in a post office a couple years ago to just straight up knocking women out. Not even bothering to pepper spray anymore. We're just going to flat out knock them on their ass. Knock them unconscious. Screw it. Ooh, Robert Custos has a good question. Let's find out. Come here.
Come on. Ow, what are you doing? Hey, look, stop. You just tased me, man. What, are you going to try to tase me again? What are you doing? Wait, ow, stop. Stop it, hey, yes. Cut it out, man. I'm ticklish. Stop it.
guess he is ticklish. After all. Hello, Roisin. What's up? Hey, you just missed all the drama, which might not be a bad thing. What happened was I showed a video. It's the new NC Tyrant Hunter video. It's not NC Tyrant Hunter that's in it. I don't know the Frauditor that's in it. But it's an auditor who he's on the street, obviously, right? He's not auditing cops. He's not auditing the city hall or anything, just walking down the street, auditing the street. And this lady, she pulled over real quick to make a delivery. She had a package she had to deliver. So she just pulled over quick, and it was downtown, so there weren't any parking spots. So she pulled over in front of the fire hydrant. So now he's filming her and yelling at her, "Hey, you're parked in front of a hydrant, lady. Don't you dare do that, lady, blah, blah, blah." She's like, "Come on, I'm making a delivery. It's 5 seconds in and out." He's like, "I don't care, blah, blah, blah." So as she pulls away, he's following her with his camera, zooming in on her license plate, this and that. She gets mad. She gets out of her car and says, "Dude, what are you doing? Why are you filming me? Stop filming me." Well, guess what? Did he A, stop filming, B, apologize, or C, screw you, lady, I'm filming you because it's my right, and blah, 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 blah. If you guessed C, blah, 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 you're right. So anyway, he's giving her a hard time. He's escalating and escalating because they always talk about de-escalation. They could not only de-escalate, but completely cut off the entire situation every time by just turning off the camera. Problem solved. Every time. But instead, he keeps escalating it until she decides she wants to approach him and like, "Hey, cut it out. Stop filming me." And of course, he says no. So she tries to smack the camera out of his hand. And then immediately turns around and goes back to her car. So he's following her now. "You touched me. You assaulted me. How dare you?" So she turns around. She spits on him. So he literally knocks her out. She's laying on the street. Out. Cold. All of the people who saw it, "Dude, what the hell's your problem? How dare you hit a woman? Why would you do that? Blah, blah, blah." "Hey, man, I have the right to film, man." "Yeah, but you don't have the right to go around knocking people out." "Well, she spit on me, man." So then the cops show up. She's pressing charges on him for knocking her out. He's pressing charges on her for spitting at him. So we don't know ultimately what's going to happen. They both press charges on each other. But here's the best part. Well, there's two parts. And again, this is for like Roisin and other people who are just joining us who missed it. So after this woman comes up to him, smacks his camera, spits at him, and he punches her in the head and knocks her out because he ain't going to take nothing from nobody, man or woman, a dude walks up to him. Not a Schwarzenegger-looking dude, just a regular dude. And you can tell by looking in his eyes, he's got this look like, "You want to go knocking women out? Knock me out." Dude comes up to him, shoves him into the street. Like, "What's up?" So what does the big, tough guy who doesn't take crap from anybody, man or woman, do when a man shoves him? "I feel threatened now." He said, "I feel threatened now. I'm taking the gloves off and walking away." Why didn't you feel threatened, take the gloves off, and walk away when the woman spit on you? No, when that happened, he just knocked her out. But when it's a dude, oh! And then you read the comments on NC Tyrant Hunter's video, and they're all, "Yay, good for him. Women wanted equal rights? Well, here's your equal rights. Treating you like a woman." The problem is, he should have treated the dude like a woman then. If he's just doing what he would do if it was a guy, then how come when the guy shoved him, he just said, "I'm scared," and ran away? "I feel threatened" now means I'm scared. No, David, what I'm saying is, if you'd listen with your ears, if he's going to knock out anybody who messes with him, how come he didn't knock out the man who messed with him? How come he only knocked out the woman? How come when it was a man, he said, ooh, I feel threatened now, I'm taking the gloves off, and then he walks away? Unless he just likes punching women, unless he's just an asshole. $4.99. Thanks for the recap. You're welcome. And here's your happy dance. All right. I'm not sticking up for spitting in people's faces. I am sticking up for he could have stopped filming and it never would have escalated to that point in the first place. He could have respected her. He could have treated her like a human. He could have had empathy. He could have been a mensch. Happy Cinco de Mayo from Maserati 5000 GT. Yes, yes, yes. Fiesta all day, siesta all night. Happy Cinco de Mayo. And here's your Hezokuai Cinco de Mayo happy dance. Or not. All right. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me redo that because it's a Cinco de Mayo happy dance. Hold on. Ole! All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So yeah, I don't know, Christopher O'Connor. Supposedly you could find it from NC Tyrant Hunter's page. Hey, Ravenwing, happy Cinco de Mayo. What's up? Let me see. Let me go back into that video because he said that he had a link to the original on there. Let's see. Who is it? Who is the Frauditor that literally punched a woman and knocked her cold because he's a manly man, and then when a man shoved him, I feel threatened, and ran away like a little baby. Let's see. If this is, let me see if this is him. What the heck? Oh, that just took me to something completely. Oh, no, I'm not going. I don't want to go to NC Tyrant Hunter's PayPal. What is it? The link that he put in there doesn't lead to anything. What a douche canoe. He probably did that on purpose. Yeah, the link that he put to the supposedly page that came from, there's nothing. So let's see. Let's see some of the comments on this video. All right, so very first comment. All right, so guy knocks out a woman. You would think everybody would be disgusted and screaming and hollering that these frauditors have finally gotten to the point where they've taken it too far. And their fans are going to turn on them, right? Oh, but wait a minute. When Brooklyn Audit stole the orange, he got more subscribers. Their fans are really the evil ones. The frauditors are their tyrants. Their fans are the people who support their tyranny. So we just watched a video where a frauditor physically punches a woman, knocks her out. Because he did that, he gets threatened by a man. And when it's a man, I feel threatened. I'm taking the gloves off. I'm leaving. I don't want to have anything to do with this. So what are the fans, the sycophant sheeple fans, put in the comments? Well, sometimes education's painful, especially for a stupid, self-entitled woman. Everyone was okay when she was yelling and screaming at him, but as soon as he made it equal, then there's a problem. Screw that. Man, woman, we're all equal. Yeah, it's about equality. Well, the equality should be when somebody assaults you, you call the cops. Man or woman. Do you have the right to fight back in self-defense? Knocking someone out for spitting on you is not self-defense. Pepper spraying someone for touching your camera is not self-defense. Self-defense, if you're pounding me, I can stop you from doing so. But if you already pounded me and then are leaving, which she immediately turned around and started headed to her car, and he followed her, that's not self-defense anymore. If someone's trying to hurt you when you're fighting back, that's self-defense. If somebody comes up to you, smacks, and then walks away, that's when you call the cops, especially because he already got her license plate on his film. He zoomed in on it like 10 times. He had all the information he needed if she tried to flee to get her busted. But he chose to follow her. He chose to turn around and punch her in the head and knock her out cold. And then when a man challenged him, he chose to say, I'm scared of man. Just because you're a female, don't attack people. I totally agree with what you did. Even if New York doesn't have a right to defend or is a stand your ground state, they still have the 9th Amendment. He laid her out like a fish. What used to be a lady no longer has earned the respect to hold the door open for her. Her entitlement is off the charts. At least some of her actions had consequences. But none of the Frauditors' actions get any consequences, right? The Frauditor can just do whatever the hell he wants because he has a camera. And screw everybody else in the world. Let him die in a ditch. Just because she's a woman is no excuse. When you strike a man, you should always expect to be hit back. You 100% did the right thing. You didn't have to wait until she spit on you. Once she touched you, you could defend yourself with reasonable force. One punch is reasonable force. There's no bearing on the law of what gender you are. Yeah, but there's no bearing on the law that she smacked his camera and then walked away. She was walking away. That is no longer legally considered self-defense if they've disengaged. Yeah, brother, she deserved that. Respect. We, the people, always need more than ever now to fight for our rights. Everybody else's rights they don't exist. Only people with cameras have rights. Equal rights and left. Ha ha ha. Looks like self-defense to me. Thank you for defending yourself against that horrible person. Well deserved, bitch. Equal fights, equal rights. Glad to see people finally defending themselves. These are the people who support frauditors. These are their fans. This is what goes on in their heads. She deserves everything she got. Knock her block off. She literally asked for a beating. Good job as far as I'm concerned. Her bosses should see this and fire her. Sack that cow. I can't keep reading these comments. I'm going to have an aneurysm. These people make me sick. These people make me sick. Ugh. What's up, Miss Mandy? Did her spit leave behind a black eye? Yeah, no. He had like no marks on his face. He's like, look at what? There's nothing there. Look at what she did to me. You literally knocked her out. You could have given her a concussion. Could have given her permanent brain injury. But it's okay because he has a camera. So that makes it okay for him to go around knocking out women. This whole frauditing thing has gone way, way, way beyond a couple idiots in a post office. Now it's vicious thugs finding out that this is a way to make a quick buck. Film yourself being a vicious thug. Film yourself stealing fruit off the fruit counter. Film yourself knocking ladies out on the street. Film yourself pepper spraying random people. That's freedom. That's standing up for our rights. Yes. That is exactly right. Hate is winning. These people just love to spread hatred everywhere. What was the guy's name? Somebody said earlier what his name was. I got the video from NC Tyrant Hunter, but it wasn't an NC Tyrant Hunter video. So there somebody figured out who it was, but anyway, this is where it is now. It's literally no longer anything to do with civil rights, if it ever really did. I know you got your handful of people who actually believe in it. But the fact of the matter is, now, this is where it's come to. We got Frauditor, David Earl Warden, in prison. And you know what for. We got Brooklyn Audit's a thief with the audacity to film himself committing theft. Because as soon as you grab that camera, you are bound by nothing. You can literally do anything and film yourself doing it. Film yourself committing crimes, no problem. As long as you have the camera, you're good. SGV News. Walking around pepper spraying people and then getting them arrested. Freaking media, same thing. Silence Boy getting a lady fired because she didn't like him filming her. Direct D literally jumping on top of squad cars because he didn't get arrested. Like, wait a minute. You're going to explain to me that the problem is police are out here arresting people for no reason. Okay, prove it. Fine. I'm going to go out there and they're going to arrest me for no reason. Watch. Hey, they didn't arrest me. I'm going to climb up on the squad car and start hopping on it. I miss David like an idiot misses the point. Oh, man. Yes. Exactly. This is the thing. Like, these guys are completely out of control and they don't care. They harass the general public. They terrorize the general public. They're the Frauditors are the tyrants. And I'll tell you what, I originally said that kind of like as a joke, you know. But the more time I think about it and think about what tyranny really is, obviously, technically, theoretically, none of these guys, the cops or the frauditors or anybody, can be tyrants. If you want to really break it down, you know, you have to be like the leader to lead tyrannically, you know, like a president or an emperor or a king or, you know, a fascist dictator. But the idea of tyranny in the sense of imposing your will upon other people, the idea of tyranny as far as giving unlawful orders, as it's giving directives, demanding that other people follow what you say. You're a public servant. You fill out the FOIA for me, or I'll get you fired. What is that? Demanding that they do something that you're demanding they do and threatening to get them fired or to take action against them if they don't do it. They have to bend over and let you give it to them. And then random people on the street. I don't want you to film me. I don't care. I'm going to film you anyway. You don't like it? Go home. You do what I say because I said it. Who's the tyrant? Who's the tyrant? I'm walking down the street right now. I see a cop. You know what's going to happen? Nothing. You walk down the street right now. Are you going to get arrested? Are you going to have cops jumping out of the bushes to tackle you and put you in cuffs? Where is it? If I'm walking down the street and I see a cop standing there, I'm just going to keep walking because I know nothing's going to happen. In fact, I'm even better off because if there's somebody that might run up and grab my wallet and run off, he's less likely to do that if there's a cop standing there. So I'm better off if there's a cop standing on the corner. But if there's a frauditor standing there, there's a chance that if I talk to him, I might get pepper sprayed. Or now we see knocked out. Or threatened with a lawsuit if it's chilly. Excuse me, sir. I don't want to be on your film. You violated my rights. You're going to die, you son bitch. I'm going to FOIA your ass crack and send it to the predators. Anyway, we need a quad fold. Speaking of wonderful, beautiful, fantastic, heroic, modern civil rights activists, ladies and gentlemen, these beautiful, wonderful, heartfelt, God-fearing people. There's so many awesome people that are in the First Amendment auditing game. So many wonderful, decent human beings that deserve nothing but love and kindness and hugs and respect. For example, our next video from Dummy Kruger is regarding one of the greatest, most stand-up examples of a good person, of a decent human, of a First Amendment auditor, because we all know that First Amendment auditors are such wonderful, beautiful people. Like the last two videos we showed. The first video I showed, David Earl Warden, wonderful stand-up guy who deserves nothing but respect for all of the hard work he's done to stand up for our rights. Then I followed it up with the easy camera guy, knocking out women on the street but running like a child when a man threatens him. Love it. That's what First Amendment auditing is all about. That's what civil rights activism is all about. And now, ladies and gentlemen, another example of a wonderful, beautiful, decent human being. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, I got $2 from Flower Power. All right, here's your happy dance. All right. Yes, thank you so much. So now, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot say enough about this next video. Again, we've already started the day pointing out the most wonderful, beautiful people that become First Amendment auditors, really highlighting the type of wonderful, beautiful, fantastic, heroic, sweet, wonderful, God-fearing, beautiful people that get into the First Amendment auditing game. And so now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue that trend by watching Dummy Kruger's video about the recent return of Jeffrey Sutton. Yeah.
Full, raw, and unedited version of his interview, I have linked Kate's interview below. All right, here's the man that goes by Independent First Amendment Auditor.
Sorry.
All right, as you guys can see, I'm back doing my thing. As you guys can see, I do apologize for my long absence on this channel. I know a lot of you are...
Sorry, Lisa White. Gotta give props to Lisa White. Member for 5 months. Here's your happy dance. All right. Thank you very much.
We're probably glad I wasn't doing any uploading or being up on this channel at all. And some of you were pretty happy about that. But I also understand that some of you were kind of saddened that I stopped doing this.
At first, I was going to call BS that anyone was actually sad that he went away. But to my dismay, the very next clip may prove otherwise.
So, but again, before I get to the video, let me go ahead and show you my new gear that was helped to purchase. Basically, I had supporters buy me some new equipment so I can go out and do these audits and stick up for our constitutional rights. So here's a new piece of equipment that I want to show you guys real quick. So hold on a second. All right, here's the bad boy right here, all in its glory.
This is just another reason this video needed to be made, as there seem to be supporters of his who are unaware of his past. Okay, let's quickly transition to his ridiculous audit.
All right, guys, I'm back. As you guys can see, I'm over here at the United States Courthouse here in downtown Pensacola.
How can we help you, sir?
How you doing, boss? How you doing? Just checking the place out.
You're not recording, are you?
What's that?
It's inappropriate to be recording. You're not recording, are you?
Oh, this is the lobby, right?
It's federal courthouse. Yes.
Oh, I realize that.
Okay.
I mean, is this a public area right here?
Are you trying to find a specific place?
Oh no, I've never been in here.
Okay.
I've never seen the place before, so that's why I wanted to check it out. Here comes trouble. Is that okay? Wow, this is nice. So we can't go past that, is what you're saying.
I think it's supposed to be in here at all.
Why is that? So here comes trouble.
Sir, you're not allowed to videotape the courthouse.
Why is that, sir?
Because you're not allowed to. You're going to have to leave with that.
Step outside, sir.
Go ahead. Step out. We'll talk about it out here.
Isn't this the lobby?
Step outside.
Is it?
Step outside.
Isn't this the lobby?
Sir, if you'll step outside.
Step outside.
The man's directing you outside.
This is the lobby, right?
Sir,
Step outside.
step outside.
I know what it is. I said step outside. That's good.
Don't put your hands on me. Don't.
Yeah.
No, step outside, sir.
You stand right here.
First, remember this was in Pensacola, Florida, as that will become relevant later on in the video. Second, good luck just aimlessly walking around trying to record in a federal courthouse.
This is federal.
This guy don't do nothing either.
I'm a taxpayer. Look, guys, they're already putting hands on me.
Get outside. We're going to talk about it out
This is
there.
a lobby right here. I'm not.
I know what it is.
Step outside.
Step outside.
See, he knows what it is. but he's still going to violate my rights for being in a public lobby. Here's some more of this bullshit. Lies after lies after lies.
Sir, can I talk to you outside?
What's that?
I said, can I talk to you outside?
So these guys are being rude.
I'm being polite. I know you're videotaping me.
Okay, but these guys are being rude. I don't know what I do wrong.
It's their job, and you're not allowed to film inside the building.
This is public.
No, it's not. Inside the
It
courthouse.
is.
It's not a public lobby right here?
No, sir. If we could talk outside, if you don't mind.
All right,
I'm being
outside.
all right, cool.
It's cool.
Keep in mind now, ladies and gentlemen. Keep in mind now, ladies and gentlemen. I walked out freely, under my own free will. I didn't get pushed out, told to go out or whatever. I walked out on my own free will. So if you want to call that the walk of shame or whatever it is that you guys use nowadays, you need to watch the video again. I walked out on my own power. Enough said.
You may notice his narcissistic tendencies throughout this video. He reiterates throughout this entire interaction that he was in control of the situation the entire time, that he didn't do the walk of shame, that he simply chose to walk out on his own. His arrogance, grandiosity, and fantasies of power all fit the mold for a narcissist. You will notice this in the interview with Kate as well.
You're trying to be on camera for social media and everything like that.
No, this is a freedom of right.
In the camera, you're not allowed to. I apologize. Inside the building, you're not allowed to videotape. So coming into the building itself, the area here is public because you're outside.
I understand.
But once you go through this building, you're subject to a.
Wrong. For all you naysayers, for all you bootlickers, for all you clowns, for every one of you that agree with this prick, understand this. Where we're standing, yes, absolutely. We are in a public area. But where I was standing too, inside the courthouse public lobby, I'm also allowed to be there too as well.
Lobby. So once you come into the building, policy states that you are subject to being screened. So if you wanted to go inside the building and be screened, but the only way inside the building is if you have an appointment to go see probation, a judge, things like that.
Yeah, did you hear the word that you said? Policy.
Yes.
That's not law.
Policy states in this subject, look, you can see here, I'm being polite to you. And if you give these guys a hard time, then it's going to be a hard time for everybody. And we're going to
I was
just.
trying to have a cordial conversation. You started. I was going to finish. That's all.
Would you like to finish?
Well, yeah. I'm trying to keep you professional, and for some reason you don't want to talk to me.
Sure. So I'm going to head back inside, and we're going to just kind of keep it as is. And I hope you enjoy your weekend. Yep.
Yeah.
So take care.
You don't care about freedom. You don't care.
I'm sure you noticed some odd cuts throughout. He was reacting live to his own audit, so I was constantly cutting out his commentary, though I did leave in some that I felt necessary. The next clip is the final one of this audit, where we see some more of his narcissistic behavior. Side note, the scarf you're about to see around his face is very apparent. I keep my channel apolitical, and my hope is that everyone can do the same in the comment section below.
Now you guys see why I do what I do. Okay, now a lot of you guys are going to get in the chat, and you're going to say, "Oh, I did the walk of shame, or I did this, or I did that." I'm gonna let you guys know right here, right now. I will do a follow-up on this one. You guys know that. I will do a follow-up on this. I will check on this and see what happens. Of course, these guys didn't ID themselves, so it's actually going to be quite hard to find out who those people were. So get in the chat. Of course, the people that are going to get in the chat are going to say, "Oh, you pansied out. You did the walk of shame, blah, 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 whatever." Okay, you guys are, you can say what you want, but I'll say this. We have the First Amendment to the Constitution to go in any federal building that's funded and paid for by our taxes. I totally got violated right there. So
I think most of us can agree that his rights were not violated right here. There are rules that photography is mostly forbidden in federal courthouses without meeting certain conditions set forth previously. Let's move on to his interview with Kate. Just a warning before continuing, the topic you're about to listen to will be disturbing.
So you were arrested on January 9th for robbery in the first degree and criminal impersonation for an event that occurred on January 7th, correct?
yes, that's correct.
All right. So when you were arrested, your vehicle containing a laptop was seized at the time. Okay.
Yes.
During the course of the robbery investigation, Detective Beerley obtained a search warrant for the defendant's computer to search for evidence related to the robbery. Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
computer was sent to Lakewood Police Department for a forensic investigation.
Yes.
Examination, rather. On January 26th, 2009, Detective Sale. So now it's gone from Detective Byerly to Detective Sale. All right, so he begins the forensic examination of the computer, and he reports that as he narrowed the search, he almost immediately located what appeared to be pornography.
For a little more context to the initial arrest, he was driving around in what looked like an older model police vehicle while wearing a security guard uniform. He would eventually be arrested for a robbery involving a purse while impersonating a police officer. Upon looking for evidence on his laptop, multiple images and websites were found containing CP.
Okay, so these are your own statements here. All right, so an officer met with you at the Pierce County Jail on 6/29/2010. You were dressed in proper jail attire, was friendly, and made an attempt to answer all questions. You asked to identify any inconsistencies in the declaration for probable cause, and you were informed that you didn't have to answer any of the questions if you may be uncomfortable with them. All right, so 2 days after seeing his father, he was arrested for robbery in the first degree and criminal impersonation. He stated he knows the arrest was based on information his father had passed on to the police.
That's right.
Okay. He said that he has laptop, computer, and in the car, which he took to work with him to watch movies when things became boring and slow on the job. Okay, so he said the next thing he knew, he was charged with pornography that was found on his computer. Mr. Sutton adamantly denied ever downloading or accepting any pornography and keeping these images on his computer.
The majority of the narrative from the detective here was about the robbery and getting the probable cause warrant to search this computer. Even though we learned he would later plead guilty to these charges that landed him on the offenders registry, you'll soon see that he has not one, not two, but 6 different excuses as to how these images were found on his personal computer.
So, and of course, I got lied to by the prosecution and the attorney I had. They didn't do their jobs. They failed miserably. So I was forced to take a plea.
Narcissists hate taking responsibility for their own actions as they see that as a weakness.
I don't know if you have it in front of you, but the information that came off that hard drive was a Toshiba hard drive. I did remember that. And what gets me is, why is a Toshiba hard drive inside of a Dell laptop? When I had looked it up, when Dell makes their computers, they put Dell hard drives in there. It says right on the hard drive, Dell.
This is him clearly reaching for any excuse that may stick. Dell's hard drives come from manufacturers like Toshiba, Seagate, Hitachi, and I'm sure others as well. Again, this was him looking to point the finger at anyone other than himself.
I want you to understand that report that you have on your screen right now, this was not recorded or video recorded in an interrogation room. Just so you know, this was done without my attorney. And all of this that I supposedly said, there's no record of me saying it except what you see right there. So keep in mind, cops lie. They can put anything they want in a report and say what they want.
Call me skeptical, but I don't think either one of those claims are true, unless he spoke to these detectives knowing he had access to an attorney if wanted or needed.
Yeah. How it started was I bought this computer off of Craigslist, and my dumbass didn't wipe it before I bought it. So I ended up paying the price for somebody else's mistake.
They actually did forensically examine this computer, correct?
Yes, they did.
And they determined that those images were purchased, or not purchased, but downloaded 3 months after when you stated to have bought the computer, correct?
What, the date and time and stuff? Is that what you mean?
Yep, the metadata on the photos, on the images.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're up here stating that you purchased the computer and that it must have been the person you purchased it from, but we can both agree that it was forensically examined, and they determined that the images were downloaded 3 months after when you stated that you purchased the computer, correct?
Sure.
So you just said, yeah, okay. you acknowledged twice now that the images were downloaded 3 months after you purchased the computer. So how did that happen?
Again, I don't know. I don't have an answer for you on that.
Before he did this interview with Kate, he had hopped on multiple panels with the excuse that the images were on there before he had purchased his laptop on Craigslist. Kate debunked this with the police report stating the images were put on there after the date of purchase.
So in order to share files and folders, and I'm going to show this so that full transparency, because I like to show my works. So in order to share files with you, that person would have had to have your user account and password.
Okay.
Did you give out your user account and password to people that may be driving by with?
I do not know. It might have been open. I don't know how that works. You got to understand, I didn't know enough about computers then.
Well, no, I'm looking right here, and it's saying that you would have to have a user account and password in order to access file shared.
His claim about the images being put on his computer wirelessly by some random unknown person was quickly shot down by Kate with simple logic and facts.
So then we go on to the next possibility, which you've expressed, which is that the police put it on there. So do you think that's a possibility?
I don't trust police with a 9-foot pole. So yeah, that could be a possibility.
Okay, so why do you think they would do that?
Why do police do what they do? I have no idea.
So why would they plant on your computer?
Well, again, I don't know how to answer that question because honestly, I don't know how to answer that question, but they can do it. There's cases on it. So
you'll notice every time he's hit with a logical question, he simply says he doesn't know how to explain it. Or he says, quote, they can do it, they've been doing it, there's cases on it, so, unquote. So that means the cops just picked you out randomly and snuck these images on your laptop? It doesn't make sense, and that's why he's flailing about. So after Kate meticulously tore apart each and every excuse he had, the crew on the panel finally decided to drop the hammer.
Yeah, at this point, there's only one answer, and it's the simplest one.
Yeah, because
it was him.
You can throw everything at the wall and see if something sticks. You're perfectly, and we tried to do that for an hour now, and nothing sticks, Jeff. Nothing sticks. You can't produce any plausible explanations for this. You don't dispute that the images existed, and every single thing that's found here is linked back to you.
Okay.
Yeah. He's simply out of excuses. So finally he agrees that every single image pulled off his laptop was linked directly to him, not the calls from any of these 6 previous excuses.
I've been deleted on Facebook multiple times.
That was
what for?
Because you're
Okay, and
I think my jaw literally dropped when this happened. Not only did he agree with Kate that all the images linked directly to him, he didn't dispute his predatory behavior when confronted by Shiz.
And you act like,
wow,
what? You're just cool. Oh,
wow.
That is the worst response.
Thank you.
Oh my
Thank
God.
you for that. No, that was perfect timing. Thank you for that.
Why would you do that? Like, God, like, I don't even know. Like, that is the worst answer I've ever heard. Like, no.
In all honesty, it was probably time to end the interview here, but Kate gets him one more time before finally kicking off her show.
Oh my God, are you on TikTok? Jeff, are you on TikTok?
I can't hear you guys.
Are you on TikTok?
Are you on TikTok?
Okay, answer the question. Are you on TikTok?
I'm not going to answer that.
That's a yes.
Holy fuck.
Or
Why are you on TikTok? For what purpose?
I'm not going to answer that.
Oh my
God.
Done here. We're done here. You are a
Yeah.
sick fuck. You are a sick fuck. We are done here.
I know Kate at Troll Mafia is seen as a polarizing figure within this space. Saying that, this was some of her best work. Every time this monster attempted to make a claim, Kate was prepared to debunk it every single time. A big shout out to PK over at the Frogs channel also, because I believe it was him who produced these documents for Troll Mafia. I wanted to also touch on a couple of other things. Towards the beginning of the interview, there was a small confrontation about which state or states he was registered in. This is where the fact that he's now back in Florida comes into play.
Your registration right here. You're registered in Pierce County, Washington, and then you're also registered in Florida as well, correct?
Well, that's because I used to live in Florida for 5 years. I no longer live in Florida, so the Florida laws over there do not apply to me. That's where everybody's getting the confusion. I live in Washington State, and I've been in Washington State basically all my life.
Okay, but the Florida one is still active, correct?
No, it shouldn't be on there. I don't live in Florida no more, so I don't know why it still comes up on there.
It's
Okay, yeah.
active as long as this one is active because he maintained address in that state.
Okay.
I don't. No. Let me correct you and say this is where it's getting confusion. I do not live in Florida, so that rule.
No,
or law-
you did at one point, so that means there's a reasonable expectation you may return.
No. I'm never going to return to Florida.
His assertion last fall that he would never return to the state of Florida may not seem like a huge deal, but it's just another lie, on top of all the other lies previously told, showing how dishonest this cretin really is. After this interview, to apparently prove them wrong about where he can be, he showed up to a playground to record for approximately an hour. I watched it live at the time, and I can easily say it was the angriest I have ever been while watching these First Amendment auditors. And shortly after that live video, he slithered away until recently.
Go check out my channel, like you just saw there. Independent Dash. Make sure you put the dash in there. Everybody likes to use that and call me Dash. I don't care what you call me. I'm still going to go out and do what I enjoy doing. So that was my very first audit. Well, I shouldn't say my first audit. Obviously, it's not. But since my absence, I guess you can call it, that's my first audit, getting back in the swing of things. So stick around, guys. Things are going to get very interesting. If that's what's on the table of me going out and doing these audits, I can't wait to get out there again and do it again. And you trolls got the nerve and whatnot to bitch about me. Well, believe it or not, folks, we got bigger fucking problems instead of just worrying about little old me.
Okay. I had to leave that very last statement he made in there because what did he just say? Like, okay, he said bigger problems, blah, blah, blah. But what is he literally saying? Like, what is he talking about when he says that? He did an audit. And when he walked into the courthouse, they said there's no filming in this courthouse. He's talking about that video. So what is he saying? All of you people are worried about me just because I'm a registered sex offender and a pedophile. We got bigger problems than that. There's no filming allowed in the courthouse. Now that's a real problem. I don't know why people are bitching about me being a convicted child porn nutbag when there's no filming allowed in the courthouse. Now that's important. How many more videos are we going to see where another evil, butter-brained douche canoe, demonic beast from the pits of hell decides that First Amendment auditing is going to be their career before somebody somewhere realizes that First Amendment auditing is a horrible, horrible thing. You always hear when I make these arguments, when I actually talk to these people, and again, this is one of the reasons why I've given up trying to talk to them, because it's like talking to a wall. They don't want to hear anything. And if you tell them the truth, they just say no. just flat out say no. They don't accept it. But they always say, okay, so maybe there are some bad auditors, but you put us all in one group. My first retort to that statement is always, that's what you do to cops. Yeah, I know there's a few bad cops, but you guys say they're all evil, horrible, rotten, no good pigs. They're all tyrants. So there's the hypocrisy there. But then they'll say, well, you guys are always telling us that you're pointing out the couple of bad frauditors and applying that to all the auditors. Number one, I've said it again and again and again and again. I use the word frauditor because I don't want to insult actual auditors. Auditing is a thing. It's not a word that auditors invented. An audit is an actual thing that does exist. Frauditors are all bad. If you weren't bad, you wouldn't be a frauditor. So yes, I put all frauditors in the same group. Because again, if you weren't in that group, you wouldn't be a frauditor. Number one. Number two, you look at the list and you say, okay, you're making the argument like we make that there's a handful of bad cops and you guys are taking it out on all of them. You're making the argument that there's a handful of bad frauditors and we're taking it out on all of you guys. And then you start going down the list. Oh, well, okay, freaking media is bad. All right, we could all agree on that. Oh, SGV News is bad. Okay, we could all agree on. Oh, NC Tyrant Hunter is bad. Yeah. Oh, Long Island Audit is bad in a different way, but he's still just as horrible, right? News Now Patrick, okay, yeah. And then you keep going. Oh, Selmo and Whisk Boy, right? And then Peter Libre audits, and then guess what? And you keep going down the list and down the list. Find me one that isn't bad. That's the hard part. You're making it sound like there's 2 or 3 bad ones, but the rest of them are out there fighting for our civil rights for real. No! 99.9% of them are evil, horrible scumbags, and the other 0.1% are just butterbrain douche canoes. They're just stupid, and they're just doing it for the money, like Josh Abrams. You talk to the guy, he's a completely reasonable human. And he knows and admits flat out that he's just doing it, because that's what his fans pay him to do. And he doesn't care about what other people feel or care, whatever. Yeah. I wonder how many 1A auditors are going to end up getting shot because they believe in the Second Amendment. You got to lie to fraud it. That's a fact. And so these guys are always out there doing the devil's work. And again, even the ones that are considered good, they're not good. They're just not blatantly evil. They're just either idiots who thought this was a good idea because it's an easy way to make money, or they know exactly what they're doing, like Josh Abrams, and just don't care because that's their job. That's how they look at it. My job is to go out there and give random people a hard time and film myself doing it and trying to get them fired and trying to destroy their lives, but it doesn't matter because I'm getting paid. The frauditors are the tyrants. Thank you, Leland. Frauditors are ugly people. That's why they always wear masks. That's right. Gotta lie to fraud it. Exactly. See, here's the thing. even the ones that are considered the good ones, and this ultimately goes back to, and I've said this before, and yes, there's a method to my madness. There's a reason why I picked the specific videos I picked. Because I've made the point in the past, and I think I just said it yesterday again, that what you see with these guys all the time, way too often, is this penchant for yes, it is good to see many citizens are fighting back. I love it. She always shows up to my Saturday show. Every Saturday she shows up. Love Mrs. Cat. She's doing real good last I heard. I just talked to her the other day and she was fine. She's doing good. So as far as I know. But anyway, the whole thing and the whole point I'm trying to make, and the whole reason I brought all this up, what I'm really focusing on at this point is the fan base. Okay? And the reason why I picked what I did, the videos I did, was to make a point. Josh Abrams once said that he does what he does the way he does it because he knows his fans. And he knows, and this is what he said, he says he knows that if he decided to stop auditing and just made videos of himself murdering kittens, that he'd probably get twice as many subs and would start making money and his fans would love it. Don't believe it? We just watched a video where a convicted SO decides to get back into frauditing after being exposed and taking some time off for the dust to settle. And his fans buy him a whole new camera and gimbal setup. You'd think after everything that happened, they would have abandoned him and he'd have no fans left. No, they're getting together to buy him supplies to go frauditing again. And then the video before that, the one I basically started the show with, the video with the random douche canoe, right? Who knocked the woman out. Okay, she spit on him. Yeah, no, I don't want somebody to spit on me. I don't like that. But if a woman spits on you, you don't knock her out. If a man spits on you, you don't knock him out. There's a proper way to handle the situation, and that's not it. And especially what makes it even worse is that after he knocks her out, literally knocks her unconscious, a dude comes up to him, shoves him, and now Mr. Tough Guy, who's going to defend himself no matter what, when he gets shoved by a dude, oh, now I'm scared. Now I feel threatened. I'm taking the clothes off. I'm walking away. I don't want to have anything to do with this. Poonaner. Ravenwing for $1.99. All right, screw it. After all this, you need a happy dance. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, man. So anyway, the point is, they're fans. They're in the comment section of that video, all of them. So many of them. Yeah, that's good that you beat that woman up. Yeah, she deserved to get her ass knocked out. Good for you for standing up for our freedom by beating up that lady. These are the fans of the Frauditors. It is like a cult. Anything the Frauditor says, say yes, yes. They egg them on. I got to come up with the proper way to describe the fans. Maybe you guys could help me in the chat. The Frauditors are the tyrants. Their fans are the What? Because no, Nicody, I watched the video 3 times. It does clearly see the spitting. She does clearly spit on him. And this is exactly what happens. This is 100% fair and honest, right? This is what happens. You actually watch the video. He's giving her a hard time, giving her a hard time, giving her a hard time, giving her a hard time. Finally, she's sick of it. What's up, Corrections 101? This Saturday night's guest tomorrow at 5 Eastern time, Corrections 101 is going to join me and the Frauditor News Network right here on the Frauditor Follies YouTube channel. The Frauditors are the tyrants. Their fans are the lens-licking, evil, dirtbag dipshits. They're the enablers. Yes. It's horrible. The douche canoe ballast. Yes. The minions. The sheeple. Ah, yes. Okay, so here's the thing. The word I'm looking for because SOB. You missed the letter convicted SOB. Yeah, well, they're all asshats. What I'm looking for is because one of the things that really gets me with their fans is like with SGV, for example. When you watch his Sunday morning Shanduli live feeds, where he goes and audits the churches every Sunday, you always see, if you watch his chat, you always see constantly egging him on. Oh, if somebody walks up to him, oh, give him the Shanduli. Oh, give him the sauce. Oh, pepper spray him. Oh, attack that guy. Oh, Shanduli that guy. Like, they egg him on. They're pushing him to get even worse. As horrible and as evil and as terrible as they are, their fans are pushing them to get even more horrible, more terrible. They encourage it. They egg it on. Horrible people. Awful. Rotten. No good. Scumbagules. Speaking of which, speaking of scumbags, look at that ugly mug right there. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by our good friend Unclean Hands, some more David Earl Warden's.
Good morning, folks. Here's a quickie for you. Earl David Warden made a live conference call on YouTube through PayPal, Patty, and who's the other guy? Justin Pullman, his other buddy. His pedo supporters. Yes, let's check that out right now. I briefed it up to about 1 minute and 20 seconds. So, yeah, enjoy the video, folks. It's laughable.
Okay, David, you're live.
All right. Finally. So, for everybody that's been waiting to hear from me, I apologize that it's taken so long, but it's I have to coordinate with Patrick or Justin to get the word out. A lot of people are asking what went wrong with my trial. You know, we had a hung jury tampering the first night, and the next day that changed. So what went wrong was jury tampering. Basically, the trolls showed up jury tampering with, and the judge didn't follow the law. He actually completely ignored the law, and all he wanted to talk about was my jury. When in fact, my jury has nothing to do with what the law says he has to measure, the prong test that you have to use to assess jury tampering. So he failed to do his job, and so now we're on appeal to the Texas Appeals Court. They all along, oh, you're guilty, jury tampering. You know, well, if I'm so guilty, why not let me have my fair trial? That is all I've asked for.
So he had his jury trial. He did all that stuff. He was found guilty. They didn't have a hung trial on the first night because that's just ridiculous. Anyway, he's blaming it all on jury tampering, and apparently Teresa Richards tampered with the jury, which he can't prove at all. And now he's appealed it twice and lost once. And, oh, God, it just goes on and on. Anyway, bye.
Oh, yes. The good old days. Oh, you know what? A lot of times I try to click off of these screens right away. But this is just real quick. I'm leaving this up just to give you guys a little bit of insight, because whenever these screens pop up, it's always showing recommendations, right? So you see like the kind of videos that I've been watching. Um, there's Philomena Kunk. There's Philomena Kunk again. Love Philomena Kunk. She's hilarious. There's Vinnie Vincent when he was in Kiss. There's some woodworking stuff. There's an auditor putting his camera up to the window. What a hero. And then, restoring old knives and stuff. And then the band Hello doing the song New York Groove. By the way, because yesterday I was doing some music on here. Have you guys seen what's going on with the Eagles? All of a sudden, within the last couple days, all of the reaction channels are starting to get shut down because you could get copyright strikes all day, but you can only get 3 copyright claims. Anyone who's reacted to more than 3 Eagles songs are getting shut down now. Just all of a sudden, for some reason, the label decided if anyone's ever done an Eagles song, they're done. It's crazy. I don't know what it makes me want to go back to that scene in The Big Lebowski when he's like, I hate the Eagles, man. Give me my Creedence Clearwater Revival tape back. That's what it's about. I never heard anything about it. No. Scratch that. Creedence Clearwater Revival is worse. They don't sue people who use their songs. They sued the guy who wrote the damn songs when he used them back in the 80s. He couldn't play his own damn music. John Fogerty. The Creedence Clearwater Revival went after John Fogerty, who wrote the whole damn catalog of Creedence, for playing Creedence songs. Anyway, take it easy. Take it easy. Yeah. How crazy is that? That it's more dangerous now to play an Eagles song than a Kiss song? You'd think Gene Simmons would be the first one to copy strike everybody. Yeah, Fogerty. Forever, man. Swamp Rock. Love it. Court TV's 5 sovereign citizens reacting to life sentences. Top sovereign citizen moments from Court Cam TV. We're going to have fun the rest of the show, ladies and gentlemen. I got a couple of happy things because I knew that this show was going to be mostly really, really, really bad. So the rest of the show is going to be really light. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's Cinco de Mayo, ladies and gentlemen. Mucho gusto, mother truckers. This is some good old sugar honey iced tea. I ain't fooling around no more with these douche canoes. I'm stuck in the Lodi again. Oh, Lord. Stuck in the Lodi again. What did I miss? We're talking about Creedence Clearwater Revival, baby girl. We ain't fooling around no more. Come on, give me another one. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I was gonna. Ooh. Yeah, that was a bad breakup. That's right, man. Come on, rising world, going up around the bend. Yeah, you could buy the ooh, oh. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no senator's son. No, no. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one. Some folks are born, made to wave the flag. Ooh, they red, white, and blue. Oh, man. Oh, you know they point the cannon at you, Lord. Yeah, they played at Woodstock. You know who else played at Woodstock? I was born with a plastic spoon in my mouth. North side of my town, east faces west and it faces south. But I'm a substitute for another guy. I look pretty tall, but my heels are high. The simple things you see are all complicated. I look pretty young, but I'm just backdated. Yeah. Sorry. Sovereign Citizen Court moments. Here we go.
I'll do that, but you will be charged a bill.
Number 5, Grizzly Flat Standoff. In a small town in Grizzly Flat, a standoff that lasted over a day and a half finally ended in a bizarre way. It all started when a man named Asher Jonathan Edwards, who's a convicted felon, barricaded himself in his home with multiple guns. The authorities were called to the scene after a domestic violence incident was reported. The sheriff's deputies tried to negotiate with Edwards, but he refused to come out and made terrorist threats against them. The crisis response unit was called in, which included special weapons and tactics officers and deputies who were experts in explosive ordnance disposal. Negotiations continued for hours, but Edwards wouldn't budge. Finally, the authorities decided to use chemical weapons to flush Edwards.
Danny, you don't know the Eagles? The #1 best-selling band of all time? Well, it goes back and forth, depending on when you check it. Sometimes the best-selling album of all time is Thriller. Sometimes it's the Eagles' greatest hits. Those two albums have been going back and forth for decades. On a cold desert highway, cool wind in my hair, one smell of colitas rising up through the air. Up ahead in the distance, I saw a shimmering light. My head grew heavy and my sight grew dim. I had to stop for the night. There she stood in the doorway. I heard the mission bell. I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven or this could be hell. Relax, said the night man. We are programmed to receive. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. Welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place. Such a lovely face. Plenty of room at the Hotel California. Any time of year, you can find her here. You never heard that song? For real? How about down now, boom, boom. Life in the fast lane, sure to make you lose your mind. Life in the fast lane, Life in the fast lane, everything, all the time. Life in the fast lane. Okay, wait a minute. Taipan 23. I'm not sure who you're comparing that to. But just in general, when you make the statement the Beach Boys were better, yes. I have no idea which band you're comparing them to, but the answer is yes. The Beach Boys were better. That's a fact. Hey, you got to stop talking about songs. You keep talking about songs, I'm going to have to keep doing them. We are the Sultans. We are the Sultans of Swing. And then the man, he steps right up to the microphone. Let's see. So Danny, for $2. All right. Sorry, nope, never heard of the Eagles. All right, hold on. First, let's do this. All right. So let's find out what we're talking about here. So Danny, have you ever heard of Thelonious Monk? If the answer to that question is yes, now I understand why you don't know the Eagles. The answer to that question is no. Have you heard of Brahms? No. Beethoven? No, you're not there either? Wait a minute, are you listening to country music? The Eagles are country, though, and rock. So that wouldn't count. Are you new and you're listening to like this fuck your mother in the ass with a hardcore penis in her ear, dick in the ear, dick in the ear, stick your dick in the ear. Is that what you're listening to?
Out of the house. Reports don't specify what kind of chemical was used, but it was successful in forcing Edwards to flee his home. That's when a deputy and canine officer took him down. But here's where it gets even stranger. At his court appearance, Edwards repeatedly insisted that his name was spelled with capital initials and not all in capital letters.
Therefore, it is illegal for you to process me through this courtroom, so you guys have to figure out something else to do with it. It is all courtrooms in this country are maritime admiralty law courtrooms that process people.
No, sir. This is the time and place set for your arraignment. Do you consent to have an arraignment by video conference?
Just his name statement. Asher Edwards, spelled in all capital letters. This is not my name. This is not a maritime admiralty law courtroom. I believe so.
No.
Absolutely. My name is spelled Asher Edwards, first capital, all lowercase. Edwards, first capital, all lowercase. Courtroom with this, without this name in all capital letters. That was issued without my consent. Either way, this courtroom is trying to process me as state property. See this that's false information. Well, this name was issued to me without my consent, and you cannot legally process me through this. And this is the birth name given to me by my parents, protected by the Constitution of the United States.
He also claimed that he had never owned a gun, despite being found with multiple firearms in his possession. The judge became fed up with Edwards' rambling and eventually muted him. The charges against Edwards included making terrorist threats, assault with a deadly weapon not a firearm, obstructing peace officers in commission of their duty, and vandalism. In a bizarre turn of events, Edwards was sentenced to time served and felony probation. However, he later pleaded no contest to threatening the life of a public official and now faces 2 additional felonies. Number 4, everything but a driver. David Hall, the sovereign citizen, is like a magician trying to pull a rabbit out of a hat in court. He starts by questioning whether Judge Hurley is even a real judge, then begins the sovereign citizen language magic ritual. Hall clarifies that he's not the David Hall who is being charged with multiple offenses, including DUI, driving on an expired license, failure to pay traffic fines, and driving without license plates. Nope, definitely not that guy.
All right, I'm sorry, real quick. I have to do this real quick for you guys. Because some of you don't seem to know what I'm talking about completely. So, here.
I see girls on the floor dancing to the nastiest shit ever made. Just on the floor like smack her with a dick, 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 smack her with a dick. I put a dick in the air, a dick in the air, dick in the air, dick in the air. Fuck her in the eye, fuck her in the eye, fuck her in the eye, fuck her in the eye. Blind the bitch, 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 blind the bitch. Fuck her in the eye, dick in the air, dick in the air, dick in the air, dick in the air. Back her with a dick. And you know what's wild? If you mention to a woman that the song is disgusting and misogynistic, they all give you the same answer. You ain't talk about me. Smack her with a dick, smack her with a dick. Fuck her in the eye, 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 fuck her blind the bitch, blind the bitch, blind blind the bitch, blind the bitch, blind the bitch, fuck it in the eye, 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 blind the bitch, blind the bitch.
All right. Anyway, that was from Chris Rock's Greatest Hits. Hey, happy Cinco de Mayo. That's right. Keep in mind, this is pre-Will Smith. Who's this Dave Chappelle wannabe? That's terrible. Yes, it is. But that's what I thought you were talking about. What kind of music do you listen to, Danny? Seriously. Because, I mean, like, whatever, the Eagles, you know, but I mean, it is kind of like, I mean, it's not like the Eagles are like, you know, a popular band. I mean, they're like one of the most popular bands of all time ever, period. Like, they're right up there with Pink Floyd and the Doors and Michael Jackson as far as record sales, literally. So I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to I wanted to do something funny again. So I thought I'd show you guys a little bit of this video that I made a while back. Maybe you guys have seen this one before, maybe not. I don't know. It's only got like 200 views. So I'm assuming a lot of people haven't seen it. So this is my video called Funny Reactions to Negative Comments, Part 1.
Alan Newcastle sits alone watching YouTube videos on his computer when suddenly he hears an all too familiar cry for help.
There is no expectation of privacy in public.
There's no need to fear. Hezokuai is here.
From the execution of all things, at Hezokuai. Do you not see your hypocrisy? Go to North Korea then, where they kidnap and lock up people for non-crimes. Are you encouraging the same behavior? Why can't you respond to my statement of yours at 9:30? He literally was just taking pictures. The video would be eventless if the cops didn't intervene. When is the government going to activate that microchip they snuck into my brain when I got vaccinated already? I want to know the exact time my head is going to explode so I could stand right next to you when it does. Then my brain splattered all over you would be the most brains that have ever touched your body. See, isn't that better than just saying you're stupid? This is the proper way to deal with trolls, dagnabbit. From Russell Delbridge. He's in public and on a public sidewalk. How stupid do you have to be? Just another bootlicking channel that feels our constitutional God-given rights don't exist. How much of a bootlicker can you be? Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being someone with an IQ lower than yours, and 10 being a professional bootlicker, I'd put myself somewhere around, say, 6. And don't forget, God did give us free will. So I'm using mine to will myself into a coma so I won't have to deal with brain-dead morons like you anymore. From the Watcher. You people are an absolute disgrace. What losers? My response. The High Command has instructed me to activate the algorithm that will cause your brain to explode if you come within 500 feet of a 5G antenna. However, after I showed them the clandestine brain scan we have on file for you, they realized your brain is not large enough to be affected in any way. So we'll have to go old school on you and just stick with dropping chemtrails over your house. Better start wearing that mask. From Jason Smith, at Hezokuai. All cops have to do is nothing when it comes to auditors, and all of their channels would go under. They wouldn't get views. And all you have to do is watch Direct D on YouTube, or Lackluster, or San Joaquin Transparency, Long Island Audits, James Freeman, or James Madison Audits. There are countless videos of police officers harassing and bullying people for doing nothing more than recording them, which is our First Amendment right, whether you like it or not. You talk about unbiased, your entire video is you mocking the auditor and acting like a child. You still haven't answered my question. What department do you work for? So I'm addressing specifically that last line. What department do you work for? He thinks I'm a cop. My response: you will cease your inquiry into my position within the collective this instant, lest the full force and power of our alien overlords under my command use their 5G networks to turn your brain into liquid, that which I would normally drink. But with your IQ lower than mine, my IQ would lose far too many points. Yours shall be saved for my slaves to drink as I slip my forked tongue into their gaping wounds. No, seriously though, you're an idiot. Most comments agree with Bay Area transparency, and they are 100% correct. I think you've been suckling on the blue boot far too.
I had to pause there to point out this is a comment from David Perillo, ladies and gentlemen. This is in the old days before he started actually showing up every morning. This is pretty old, but yes, this is a comment from Dave Perillo. All right, let's see what he had to say again. Yes, it is the same, David. Where is it? Here we go.
Too long, correct. I think you've been suckling on the blue boot far too long. So I'm addressing specifically the suckling part. Ah, yes, the nipples of conformity. So delicious. So be it. You are hereby no longer a welcome member of the Flat Earth Society. Your sovereign citizen ID card is no longer valid. And from this point forward, you shall only be allowed to mate with zebras in a cage at the San Francisco Zoo. Go ahead, make your way into there and have at it. But you must film it and send me the video on Snapchat. From SC Bab. I wonder what the fans of this bootlickers channel will do when all of our rights are gone. When they're crying on the internet, when they are crying in the internment camps, getting the kicked out of them. Maybe they'll say, what happened to all our rights? Keep licking those Gestapo boots. Those inmates will get those guards' cars shiny. It will reduce the beatings they get in their cells. When this bootlicker gets pulled over by the cops, he probably pulls his pants down and puts himself over the bonnet and lets the cops take their turn. Then when the cops say, hey, boy, our dicks are dirty now, he'll say, let me clean those Gestapo dicks up for you, officers. My response: well, it will start with the repeal of the Second Amendment, followed by, wait, you almost tricked me into sharing our plan. You treasonous fool. How dare you question the chosen one? Let it be known here and now that from this day, all of your brain cells, well, the few you have left, anyway, shall be besieged upon by Negleria. Father, been there, done that. Auditors are not all the.
Sorry, I gotta pause that for a second too. Negleria fowleri is a brain-eating virus. Just so you, in case you didn't catch that punchline. Yeah.
The same. Unfortunately, some are actually garbage, but some are absolutely needed to change the way cops interact with the public. You can't bait a cop that follows the law. Cops can investigate without violation of people's rights. In truth, it weans out the loose cannons. The female cop in the beginning could have diffused this very easily. Instead of demanding answers, she could have spoken kindly and with patience. It's public property. If she was just kind, talked calmly without barking and demanding, hey, what are you filming? Barking and demanding. This would have been differently. Citizens have the right to take photos of police cars. Why is that an issue? My reply: the flat earth is already in our grasp. Taking a few pictures will have no effect. We have already taken control of all. Your computer has been syskeyed by the Illuminati a long time ago. And if you do not comply, we'll remove all of the Japanese manga porn from your hard drive. What are you going to do then? All right, from Joshua Riddle. I'm pretty sure you bootlickers are missing the point. If he's not broke the law, the cops need to keep it moving until he does. My response: oh, this post reminds me I have to put medicine on my toenail fungus. Seriously, this stuff is gross. It's got to be similar to how the inside of your skull looks. Anyway, I know I have more fungus on my toes than you have gray matter, but that's besides the point. What matters is that the earth is flat, the government is a corporation, the moon landing was faked, And when you make your next purchase from the dildo section of Amazon, make sure you enter coupon code Cops Are Awesome at checkout for a 20% discount. From ADZ, what kind of bootlicking clown show is this? No one needs to cooperate. No one needs to obey or account for themselves while conducting a lawful activity. If he's a POS baiting him, then there's also POS for taking the bait and knowingly trying to violate a citizen's rights out of spite. Y'all sad AF. My response. First of all, how dare you insult my clownish brethren? Second, you will cooperate and you will obey. For I, Hezokuai Divan Dikiel Bey of the Moorish Temple, has thus commanded it. You shall send me all of your money via PayPal or be cursed. A curse that shall begin with bleeding from your eye sockets every time you even look at a cop. Then will expand itself into your intestines in the form of a 30-foot tapeworm and will continue to grow until vomit and bile become the only flavor you shall ever taste. Your appendix will grow until it bursts, as well as your brain, that will grow to 17 times its current size. Heck, that would make your brain almost half the size of a normal human. Maybe this isn't such a good idea after all. Oh well. Don't forget to sign up for NordVPN and just put in coupon code Boots Are Yummy for 15% at checkout. From Michael Knight, your content sucks. Bay Area transparency is one of the better auditors out there. And no targets the police. That's the whole purpose. To catch tyrant cops who don't know the law, who then try to force people TP.do. Let me repeat that because I'm reading what it says. Who then try to force people.tp.do things under color of law. Maybe if you read up on some case law and the Bill of Rights.u might know a little bit. To be honest, your content is cringe. The only person you're making look stupid is yourself. Are you on the spectrum? You look like someone who doesn't have human interaction much with the side of autism. My response. Albuquerque, New Mexico, Wednesday, November 12th, 1997. It's a cold winter's night, as much as it gets cool in the desert air. My friends and I had decided to go on a spiritual journey of self-discovery, eating peyote cactus and singing the hippie songs of old, when suddenly a large venomous snake struck out at one of my companions. As we were far from any possibility of receiving medical attention and absolutely higher than Ozzy Osbourne in the 70s, we decided to leave him for dead. Or so we had thought. Several days later, our friend arrived at my ranch, covered in sweat yet dehydrated and laden in lacerations from his perilous journey through the desert. He survived the poison, but the damage had been done. His mind had become broken, lame. He could no longer read or even speak his own name. Swiftly, we took him to a nearby hospital ER and found, after several days of testing, he was legally brain dead. Only the most basic survival functions were left intact. It was as though he had been lobotomized. And yet he was still smarter than your comment. Above and beyond, you're missing the whole point. And obviously you just don't get what's going on. Therefore, there's no sense in trying to explain it to you. You just don't get it. Take the blinders off and get a good look around you. My response. Within the context of this video, it seems to me there's a fundamental misunderstanding in your argument. You seem to believe that we simply take the side of cops because they are cops. This is a common misconception among the pro-auditing crowd. The reason I support the police is because they're part of the collective, and I, Hezokuai, am in command. One day we shall rule the world with an iron fist, and you will beg for mercy at my feet as I play a violin with strings made from your sinewy intestines, laughing with glee as you are cast down into the crimson valley of despair. And don't forget to download Audible today using coupon code I Love Licking Boots for one free audiobook of your choice. This is how you deal with trolls like a pro. From Niva Anna. I guess with that logic, you could be a cop. My response. Speaking of logic, John Locke once wrote, "Logic is the anatomy of thought." Then again, Mitch Hedberg once said, "I haven't slept in 10 days because that would be too long." So I guess it's a wash. Hey, did you know that you could save 15% on car insurance by switching to Geico? Just enter coupon code I love Japanese octopus porn at checkout. And don't forget to get that dead altar boy out of your trunk before you get pulled over for traveling without a license. Have a nice day, dip. Another one from Nirvana. I'm thinking the same about you. You're very narrow in your thoughts. Yes, our 5G network of thought police is working. I hereby decree, by the power vested in me by the Illuminati sect of the Masonic Temple, that you shall no longer be allowed to express your opinions online unless you wish to incur the wrath of the sacred order of the highest coven, for I am the chief warlock and principal decimator of unclean human souls. I can already taste your fear as I relish in the suffering of the unenlightened masses. Kneel before me and beg forgiveness if you wish, but I assure you, in the end days, mercy will no longer be a luxury afforded to one such as yourself. And do not forget, most important of all, get your free, no obligation 30-day trial of Pandora Music today. Just use coupon code COPS are the best at checkout. From Elias Nazario. Just so you know, the Constitution's protection is not just local. It's the same for the whole, H-O-L-E, whole country. My response. Ah, yes. The old, I pay your salary when I pay taxes, even though I don't pay taxes in your jurisdiction argument. Well, this is an easy one to settle. Remember that time you came over to my house and asked me if I wanted to watch you molest a hollowed-out pineapple? Good times. Anyway, later that night, I gave my ex-wife a pineapple upside-down cake and accidentally used some of the pineapple you had earlier defiled. I did not think it was possible, but she became pregnant. I know it was not mine because we had not had relations in many months. And I know it was yours because he has the same rare degenerative brain disorder prion that you have. 1 in a billion he's not your kid. You owe me child support, you deadbeat dad. Also, make sure to download Netflix today and use coupon code I hate freedom of speech if you disagree with me at checkout for 20% off your first month. 3-3 Sled Boy. If my tax money paid for it, it's public property. Okay, my response. That comment reminds me of the time I was in New Zealand researching yellow-eyed penguin mating patterns. It was on a cool September evening when a large group of the flightless birds waddled their way onto the beach heading towards their nests. But for some still unknown reason, they stopped, nuzzling each other in an odd triangle pattern hitherto unknown amongst my fellow researchers. Perhaps it was the unusually cool air, or perhaps it was some instinctual fear of us humans being at such close proximity. The idea that those birds had the intellect to engage in such activity, whatever the reason, gave our small group of ornithologists all the evidence we needed to prove our hypothesis, that even birds are smarter than you. From David Perillo again. All the police have to do is observe from a distance. Then he'd simply walk away. Why do the police need to give directives and end up looking like fools? My response. You know, my uncle always used to say, get that damn cat out of the oven, you sadistic freak. He never understood the ceremony would not be complete until there was a blood sacrifice. He was a good man, however less than willing to accept the ice pick I used on him. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe for a chance to win a copy of my new ebook, My Dead Uncle's Rotting Corpse is Still More Intelligent Than You. From Dave Calhout. Arrest him already. From Nirvana again. Why? Maybe you're happy with the way the police conduct themselves all the time? From James Smith. Again, this is replying to arrest him already. 4, tick, tock, tick, tock. I expected crickets. My response. At James Smith. Hey, welcome back. Did you know that back in the 1920s, doctors used insulin coma therapy on patients suffering from mental illness? You should start drinking Pepsi all day, every day. Not only will that help you with your mental problems by causing you to fall into a diabetic coma, but since we all know Pepsi is made out of dead babies, you'll get the daily dose of adrenochrome needed to gain sympathy from our alien overlords in the end times. Also, if you order your insulin from one of our government-approved agencies using coupon code SERIOUSLY, I really am an idiot, at checkout for 22% discount. And don't forget to like and subscribe. All right.
All right. Did you guys like that? All right. So I'm pretty much ready to end the stream. So let me ask you guys. That video we just showed of me reading comments and responding to comments. Do you guys want to watch part 2 or do you want to wrap up the show there? Oh, thank you, Corrections 101. I appreciate it. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Corrections 101 is going to be the guest on the Hezokuai and Frauditor News Network. Saturday Night Snafu. All right, you guys want to watch part 2 of that? All right, here we go. I'll play it right now. Here, I'll play a song in between a little bit because there was a request. Somebody wanted to hear the monkeys.
I know that something very strange has happened to my brain. I'm either feeling very good or else I am insane. The seeds of doubts you planted have started to grow wild, and I feel that I must yield before the wisdom of a child. And it's love you bring, know that I can't deny. And with your wings, I can learn to fly, sweet young thing. People try to talk to me, their words are ugly sounds. I resist all their attempts to try and bring me down. Turned on to the sunset like I've never been before. I listen for your footsteps and you knock upon the door. And it's love you bring, no that I can't deny. With your wings, I can learn to fly, sweet young thing. And it's love you bring, with dreams of bluer skies, and the morning sings when I see it in your eyes, sweet young thing.
All right. I think that little bump there was a warning from YouTube that I need to stop right now with the copyright stuff. Anyway, Chris is saying, is that before they started playing their own instruments? Here's the thing. People who aren't monkey fans don't understand. All 4 of them were actors and musicians. 2 of them were musicians that also act, and 2 of them were actors that also were into music. So all 4 of them played to some extent. All 4 of them sang. All 4 of them were talented actors and talented musicians. It was the combination of things, because when they first started, they showed up the first day of the first recording session for the album, and it was done. And they just wanted them to do the vocals. And the whole band was like, what do you mean the record's already done? We haven't even played anything yet. They're like, well, we didn't think you guys wanted to. We had no idea. And then the whole rest of their career was fighting with the studio, the monkeys in the studio, going back and forth over who was going to do what with the music. And by the time they actually took control and became a real band, a former producer of the show that got fired was so salty over getting fired that he exposed them for being a fake band. Right when they became a real band, he exposed them for being a fake band. So, yeah, it's crazy, crazy stuff. You think the monkeys are noise? Oh, well, things happen. Peter Tork, as far as I know, Peter Tork's still around. I know Davey passed away, and I know that Mickey just recently passed away. I know for a fact that Mike's still alive. I think Peter's still alive too, but I'm not sure. I saw the Monkees in concert. I saw them with Weird Al Yankovic, believe it or not. Anyway, here's part 2 of the video I was playing earlier. I just wanted something else to play while I was pulling that up so that you guys wouldn't have any dead air. All right, here we go.
Alan Newcastle sits alone watching YouTube videos on his computer when suddenly he hears an all too familiar cry for help.
There is no expectation of privacy in public.
There's no need to fear. Hezokuai is here.
Oh my goodness gracious me. I have to apologize, guys. You're right. You're right. Mickey is the only one that's still alive. Holy crap, I forgot. Yes. Thank you. Yes, Mickey is the only one that's still alive. I apologize for that. Mickey Dolenz is still around doing his thing and having a good time doing it. All right. Sorry about that. I stand corrected.
From me, you. Cops only do what the elite tell them to do is why you always hear them saying they were just following orders. Instead of standing for the Constitution, they believe they are above it. My response, the elite, you say? You have no idea the true power of our organization. Our daily consumption of adrenochrome and Pepsi have given us superhuman strength, immunity to all disease, and has opened our third eye. The internet is not the worldwide community building tool you think it is, but a vast array of electronic monitoring created by us to control and destroy your kind. We began the process long ago when the Eastern Atlantic Ocean was still a mystery, and our first order of business was to convince the world that the Earth was a globe. Then we began to spread rumors, only whispers in the night at first, that the sun itself was but a star. We then took control of all media, but we're moving quite slowly until one of our operatives finally, after centuries, invented the television. From there, we were able to convince your children to consume our poisonous propaganda, as well as our frankenfood, or as you humans call it, McDonald's. When we enact the final plan of domination and control, you will have no hope, no future, no quarter will be given, and no one who is not subscribed to this channel shall survive. So subscribe today, and don't forget to hit that like button on all my videos, or you will be cursed. James Smith. Actually, unless the president adds the facility to the 795 list and enters into that facility into the federal registry, you can video over the fence of a military base. Do learn before spouting. James Smith. Imagine my surprise when I saw you on here again. Well, I have to admit, you are a tenacious little bugger, aren't you? Well, don't worry. All will be revealed when Q gives me the go-ahead to activate the full destructive force of the 5G. You have no idea what's coming. But don't worry. All you have to do to save yourself from a life of unimaginable pain is order Amazon Prime today using coupon code WOW. I'm so dang stupid I didn't even realize I was making myself look like an idiot online for the entire flat world to see. At checkout for a 15% discount. Oh, and if you want to avoid being cast in the pit of the fire, please like and subscribe. Don't think I didn't notice you trolling around my comment section. This post makes me think of that time back in Detroit when I was working at GM making cars. I was on the line in charge of using a power drill to attach nuts to bolts. Nothing that took any brain power to accomplish at all. And yet somehow I get the feeling it took more brain power to pull the trigger on that drill than it did for you to think up those comments. Speaking of education, when I was in high school, there was this one girl who liked to drink Dr. Pepper. She was a cutie pie. I'll never forget those thin, seductive lips, her perky, firm breasts, and the way she smelled. She smoked clove cigarettes, giving her body the most pleasant aroma. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is that if you order Dr. Pepper online, use the coupon code, the dumbest cop who ever lived is smarter than me at checkout for a 20% discount. From the Armchair Auditor. Special Patrol Officer. Does that mean you control the flow of traffic to and fro the public bathroom? We have confidential work going on here. Well then, I sure hope you keep that confidential so not just anyone can see it. That city clerk was slowly working himself up to a heart attack over nothing of importance other than his own self-importance and the total ignorance of everyone working in that building. This was in response to the video I did on Long Island Audit, by the way. My response. It was Gregor Samsa in Franz Kafka's classic novella, The Metamorphosis, who awoke one morning to find he had transformed overnight into an insect. Woe was he, finding no relief from his plight. Even though his family tried to support him, they could only do so much. And yet poor old Gregor, even as he laid upon his deathbed, unable to speak through his newly formed mandibles, uttering only guttural noises, made a better argument than your comment. God save the Queen! Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe for a chance to win a free copy of my new ebook, The Armchair Auditor, Heroic Freedom Fighter, or just another American... Sorry, I got to say that correctly. Or just another American idiot. 2020 prepper. Way more cops have killed than killed in cops. My response. 2020 prepper reminds me of the time I found a dead frog on the side of the road. Its body had been squished by a car tire, causing its innards to be expelled from its mouth, and thus lay strewn before him. It was the most grotesque thing I had ever seen, until I read your comment. What kind of name is 2020 prepper anyway? Did you think the world was going to end in 2020? Foolish earthling, you will never know when the day of reckoning will arrive until it is already upon you. And my demonic minions will hold no mercy for anyone who has failed to like and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to order your MREs from one of our government-approved distributors and use code I have no idea who someone with deals with vicious, deadly criminals all day could possibly have a tendency to take measures to deal with said criminals because I'm a dumbass at checkout for 5% off your first purchase. From Seaweed Coins. Yes, but the public-owned keyword. Public-owned. Sheriff's Department, and yes, they were targeted because they need to be educated. On the law, Sheriff's Department would know that alone is allowed to film in public. And by the way, all the filmers are allowed to lie. There is no law against telling a lie on public property. Same as the cops, they all lie in the time are trained to lie and get back to not just for general chit chat. So now who's the dummy? It's all good. I used to hate cops as well. But then I drank some fresh goat blood and realized they're actually all part of Lucifer's army. So it's okay, as long as you're a member. You are a member, right? Join us. I'll swallow your soul. Sorry, that was my cocodamon. It takes over sometimes. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, you're an idiot. From Mari Romano, please hold all commentary until the clip is done. We are watching you. We know you're part of a secret organization of frauditors who want to encourage us to create content that can be hit with a legitimate copyright strike. Woe is you for having the unmitigated audacity to try and trick us into your demonic theft of intellectual property. I have entered your name into our database. It is only a matter of time until the agents of chaos activate the true 5G network, that only those who are vaccinated and subscribe to my channel shall survive. But those whose names are in the database will suffer immeasurable pain and fall victim to all of your fellows' most basic hedonistic desires. Unless you donate to me via PayPal, then we cool. From Navarro Wilde. On public, there is no privacy. My response. And on privacy, there is no public. We could discuss the fundamental difference between a public accommodation, a public forum, a limited public forum, a public easement, etc. But really, what I want to talk about is this nasty boil I have under my armpit. I tried to drain it fully, but I can't seem to get past all the pus. Oh well, at least my boil exudes less dead cells than exist within the bowels of your cerebellum. From Todd Flink, if you watched Amagansett Press, you will see if someone approaches him properly, he will talk to them afterwards if they want to stick around. While he is conducting an audit, he doesn't discuss it. I'm sure you would love the subs they have as well as the views. So, Interested Observer replied to that. Do you like living vicariously through that channel as he targets women for clicks? Uncle Antimatter. Oh, haha, you're cooked. Ah, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to 21st century education. In the old days, when a student asked a question, the teacher would, well, teach him the answer. But not anymore. Yes, now thanks to the philanthropic efforts of a crusty old punk and his soy boy son, the proper way to educate someone now is to not answer any of their questions and or to pepper spray them for asking. God bless America. And don't forget to like and subscribe or you will be cursed. HLS. Well, I've looked at this one video of yours and some of the inane comments of your subscribers. So no doubt you'll be pleased to know that I won't be watching any more of your BS. Bye. My response. Ever wonder how the albatross manages to stay in the air for such long periods of time without any sign of stopping to eat, drink, or even rest? In days of old sailors, who fall under maritime jurisdiction, by the way, saw the presence of the majestic bird above as a sign of good luck. Yes, the albatross, another one of God's creatures with more brain power than you. From Wavefront 101, these guys film from public property, and anything in view is legal for them to film. Doesn't matter if it's private. People film inside Area 51 from nearby mountain with high-power telescopes, and that is legal. My response. I know, right? If they made that sort of thing illegal, I'd no longer be able to watch you change your clothes with my telephoto lens. You got to do something about that nasty butt boil, by the way. Just saying. Anyway, you make a good point. There is no privacy in public. Obviously means that if I'm in public, you cannot have privacy. It's a no-brainer. That's why I'm going to start standing in front of your house, gazing through your window with a hoodie, mask, and dark glasses 14 hours a day. I have to exercise my rights. I hope you have a cute daughter. We are watching you. Remember, just because you're in the privacy of your own home does not mean that someone standing on a public street cannot peer into your window and watch you waggle the willy. When the revolution comes, you will not be spared. Unless you subscribe to the channel, then we're all good. From Cali, 1981. This video is the only bait. Crying, laughing. Ha ha ha. Well, it's not the only bait. There's jigs, spinners, spoons, plastic baits, plugs, flies, and my personal favorite, night crawlers. Some people like leeches better, but I, for one, care less for them. For there is not, nor ought there be, nothing so exalted on the face of God's flat earth than the prince of baits, the night crawler. All right, from above and beyond. Of course, there are always trolls like you to try to make these good citizens look bad. It's great that there are people like this to keep our egotistical, power-hungry tyrants in check. Obviously, you're just another brain-dead anti-American that would rather use our Constitution to wipe yourself than using the bathroom, aren't you? If you don't like what we're doing, then you should move to North Korea or China, blah, blah, blah. My response. Have you ever heard of autoerotic asphyxiation? That's when you strangle yourself almost to death while polishing your helmet. Some people even survive. You seem like a smart guy. You should try it. His response. Hezokuai, it sounds like you know quite a bit about this. I'm not surprised, LOL. My response to that. Yeah, my old lady and I get real funky. That's how I acquired a taste for boot. During coitus, I like to strangle myself after I drink adrenochrome from dead babies while playing an audiobook version of Karl Marx read out loud by Gilbert Gottfried. All right, from Michelle Neitlinger. Hezokuai, I forgot to address the last line. So you're okay with a cop standing there to watch him call it harassment when a citizen, a member of We the People, does the same? Call him a fraud? Really? I must be misunderstanding what you're saying. My response. Well then, allow me to explain. When I was 14, a strapping young lad by most accounts, I found a book buried in the woods. It was a grimoire of such incredible magic power that it could not be destroyed by any means known to mankind, and thus was buried in the hopes it would never be found. I read aloud the incantations contained therein, and unintentionally unleashed upon this flat earth a cacodemon called Visago. He came in the form of what we call today the police. So as you can clearly see, Bill Clinton murdered Vince Foster. This is from J-Dub. This is exactly what I expected. A bootlicker with no respect for the Constitution. It's got to burn you, no public photography. Wait, hold on. That's exactly what I expected. A bootlicker with no respect for the Constitution. It's gotta burn, you know, public photography. Yeah, no. Alrighty, my response. I remember once I was engaged in public photography in a girl's shower room at the public swimming pool. And they had the ever-living audacity to call the cops on me. Anyway, what I do with my pocket Constitution in the privacy of my own home is my own business. Speaking of burning, I think when the New World Order government finally admits that we are all controlled by the satanic, anti-Semitic aliens, all of you people who have not already proven your allegiance by drinking adrenochrome will be tossed into the flames of the pyres of the burning Christians. From Attleboro Guy. Back the blue until it happens to you. Gee, never heard that one before, right? Back the blue until it happens to you. My response. It'll never happen to me because I'm not a dumbass or a criminal. His response. Never say never. My response. Never? What if someone asked me to lick his sweaty ballsack after a one-on-one basketball match? Or what if I'm attending a funeral mass for a loved one and someone asks me to sodomize the corpse? No one uses the phrase never say never unless they're James Bond or some kind of communist. Are you a commie? Well, in that case, let's not fight. Let's come together, comrade, and pleasure ourselves together as we have our slaves read the Communist Manifesto aloud. From David McGuire. You're a moron. Back the blue till it happens to you, shaking my head. My response. See, what I like about this comment is that it is short and to the point. Kind of reminds me of my third grade gym teacher in the shower room that one time. Hey, wait, his name was Mr. McGuire. Was that you? I knew it. Someone called the FBI. Unless you want to get back together. That was a magical spring. The flowers were blooming, creating just the slightest scent of lavender in the air. Do you remember? The leather costume you made me wear with my Easter bonnet hat? Ah, yes, I'll never forget the bunny ears you wore at the spring dance. Those were simpler times. Wait, that wasn't Mr. McGuire. That was Mr. MacGuire. Who are you, pervert?
All right. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, yes. That's pretty much going to be, we did a good 3.5 hours, almost 4 hours today. It was a beautiful Friday. I had a blast hanging out with you guys as always. Love you guys so much. And so, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget that tomorrow on the Hezokuai and Frauditor News Network show, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, our guest is going to be Corrections 101 live. And then on May 13th, SMR Lab 777. On May 20th, Professor Crack from the Idiopathic Truth. And then on May 27th, Takedown Exposing Frauditors. And then we're going to begin the month of June with the one and only According to Asia. And June 10th, the one, the only Frauditor Wrangler will be here. Yes, absolutely, positively. And then, ladies and gentlemen, on June 17th, the return for round 2, the biggest battle since Ali Frazier 2, News Now Voodoo versus Black Heart Night. June 24th, the lovely Katie Zed will be here. And then on July 1st, we're starting the month with a bang. Our first ever 4-way interview where it's going to be me, Frauditor News Network, and the Welsh News Network, both Dan and... Damn it. They're both going to be here. And I know they're here and they're watching and they're going to get pissed that I forgot her name. You guys know who I'm talking about. I'm sorry. It's live. Ladies and gentlemen, love you guys so much. Debbie, Dana, Debbie. Becca! Thank you. It's Friday. I love you guys. It's Cinco de Mayo. Dan and Becca are both going to be here on July 1st. Maybe not after I blew that and forgot her name for a second. They'll probably ban me forever. I'm sorry, guys. I love you. Ladies and gentlemen, July 8th, Debo's Nation. And then on July 15th, Miss Mandy 777. Thank you, guys. I love you so much. Thank you again for all your support. You're the best fans in the world. Dag nabbit. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Happy Friday. Please join us on Saturday, tomorrow, with our guest, Corrections 101. Thank you. I love you. Have a good evening. And as the Elvis Gnome always says, oh, yeah, I'm all shook up.